Scooby Cthulhu, starring Craig Smith, Donald Von Griffin. Here we go. Kieran Torres, Lloyd Montgomery, and your host, Brandon Blackmore, me. This week's adventure, the Mothman Mystery. This week's adventure is brought to you by Angry Orchard. We're the bad apple in all of us. So, you guys leave Colorado.
I guess we've got between a bold rock and a hard place.
Bold Rock's good. Their Virginia Draft Cider's quite good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like their pear as well.
I'm not a big fan of pears in general. I mean, the shape is nice, but other than that, not so much. But yeah, I like their Virginia Draft. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with the Angry Orchard, so I'm trying their variety pack. Right now, it's Summer Honey. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Is this that new variety pack that's like 6 flavors and 2 of each instead of 4 flavors and 3 of each?
It is. Jesus, I sprained my wrist earlier, so it's like hard to do anything. There you go. There you go. Angry Orchard.
Yep, 6 flavors.
That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of flavors.
That is.
I like that pack. I'm really glad it's
Ow. Jeez.
Their hoppy one is really interesting because it's kind of got that chewiness of an IPA without being nearly so heavy.
Yeah, not a huge fan of IPAs actually, but
Yeah,
I look forward to trying it.
Yeah, that kind of chewy, meaty after flavor of an IPA. That's the part that this cider has.
Interesting. I look forward to trying it.
Really bitter front end.
I'll try to do a different one each time this evening and see how it goes.
Yep.
So, all right, you guys left Colorado, or you left the the town of St. Margaret is still there. So you leave that. as you wave goodbye to the Road Devils, who are still there, partying up because they've never seen an island destroyed before. So that's pretty exciting for them.
So we managed to save all of these war veterans, but on the other hand, we unleashed a gang of bikers.
Yeah, but they're not... Okay, they are outlaw bikers in the sense that their club does not follow the rules of the American Motorcycle Club Association, whatever it's called. And that's all outlaw biker means, is that it's basically unlicensed biker club. It doesn't really mean they go out and rob people. Although, on the other hand, the Road Devils do at the very least deal in illegal explosives.
Yeah, that at least makes them 1%.
Yeah, there's that. So, but you got them, and you got, I don't know, let's say 10, more than that. Like, say a dozen war veterans in various states of disrepair who are, despite that, are feeling much better now than they were even 2 hours ago. So, and this is obvious. Anybody who's, all you guys were at dinner with them, and you saw them at dinner. They were like very, very quiet, no energy, listless. Now they're arguing over who is the better president, Ike or whoever came after Ike. It's like stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be like an Ike or Roosevelt.
Yeah.
There you go. No, Roosevelt would have kicked Ike's ass. No, are you kidding me? Ike was a general, that kind of thing.
Roosevelt couldn't even get out of his chair.
Oh.
That's a low blow. Blow. So, anyway, you have direct confirmation that you have done ultimately a good thing. So as you drive away from the town of St. Margaret.
A non-negative event.
And you travel on for a while. As it turns out, whoever's driving, who wants to drive? Somebody raise your hand.
Mm, I'll drive.
Donald raised his hand first. So, middle of the night, you're exhausted because the drain of being at St. Margaret's Hospital is actually, you don't really realize it till you're gone, but it was like physically exhausting to have been there.
Mhm.
So Donald's driving, doodly doo, and Dakota, the dog, is like, Wallace, Idaho. I have no thumbs, but if I did, and you're like, what's in Wallace, Idaho? It's like, oh, rest, stop right. And you're like, what? And it could be that you're hallucinating all of this because,
Yeah.
you know,
I think I'm looking for a wide shoulder here because I am gonna pull over.
well, among their other money-raising, fundraising activities, the Road Devils deal in certain recreational
Yeah.
substances. So anybody who wanted any got, these, the most popular substances of the day, which would probably include, marijuana, mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, some LSD. So at some point, whatever. Not
Probably some coke, but that was more for like the high rollers.
So anyway, Wallace, Idaho. Fun fact, Wallace, Idaho does in fact have the only remaining stoplight on an interstate highway.
What?
Yes.
Really? Last
Wallace,
time
Idaho.
in New York City on I-95, we stopped at the stoplight.
Wallace, Idaho has the last remaining stoplight on an interstate highway.
I need to go straight up 95 instead of flipping through Fishkill my next time up. Because it's been, almost 10 years, but I stopped at a stoplight on I-95 in New York.
Huh.
We're just gonna go past that for right now,
Okay.
because I don't want to be disproven on this right now. So for
Okay.
the moment, in this 1973 pre-Google era, according to the guidebook that Dakota is pointing at with his paw, Wallace, Idaho, last remaining stoplight on an interstate highway.
Good
Look,
enough.
right there, says so, right there, bracket right.
Okay, I am definitely pulling over. I am writing down Dakota says Wallace, Idaho, with a bunch of question marks, and I'm going to sleep.
Who wants to drive next? Raise your hand. Somebody.
I am obviously not.
Somebody other than Dusty, raise your hands. Anybody? Anybody?
sort of
Come on.
forget-
There you go. DJ.
Just sort of
So
forget-
Dusty pushes DJ out of bed. Says,
DJ at least knows how to drive while hallucinating, I guess.
Dude, what? Are you tripping again?
Uh,
What the hell are you doing now?
Dakota told me that we need to visit the stoplight in Wallace, Idaho. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, you need a couple hours of sleep, dude.
okay. So DJ drives the rest of the way. Night passes. It's a long, uneventful drive. Everybody's asleep. You flip stations on the radio, and it's all some variety of, country music. My woman left me. My pickup truck broke down. I'm glad to be an American. Red, white, and blue. Have a beer. So anyway, you're going through Colorado into Idaho. You're in Idaho for a while. What?
You kind of got to do the Utah thing, but
Well, there's like a road. I'm not going to get into it, but it's like Colorado, Utah, Idaho, and like right in the very bottom of Idaho, you're like poking up into it. And
okay.
you're actually in the Rocky Mountains at this point. It's all
I've driven
lots of zigzags, switchbacks, things like that.
I drove from Boulder to outside of Boise in an RV about 12 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah,
Wow.
but you're going to Idaho.
15 years ago. Wow, that's been a while. But yes, I have
So-
done this drive in an RV.
That's pretty fun.
It's a good It's a good cruise.
Fun fact. For the past 20, 30 years, I always thought that the Rocky Mountains were basically what separated California from the rest of the country. No, that's not true.
This is Sahara
That's not
Nevada.
true. The Rocky Mountains are like hundreds of miles to the east of that.
Yeah.
The Sierra Mountains are what cut through, for the most part, California. Rocky Mountains are way the hell over. Well, from your point of view, they're that way. Although I think I'm reversed in the camera.
They're
Whatever.
about the middle of
They're-
the country.
Yeah. So when I was doing
They're
research
like-
for this, Rocky
Yeah,
Mountains,
they're like
yeah,
the
it's
back end of
crazy.
Texas, straight on up.
So I learned something. Who says gaming isn't educational? So anyway,
I
so
learned
you're
all
driving
that.
through the Rocky Mountains.
Well,
You think you're not more than an hour away from Wallace, Idaho. You've passed signs for it, Wallace, 75 miles, that kind of deal.
I mean, other than the fact that the dog told us to go there, why are we going to Wallace, Idaho?
Because it is actually part of the interstate highway system, which goes from east to west. It's
Okay.
at this
Yeah,
part of the country, that is the road you take to go from east to west.
we're heading to Seattle.
Well, there are two things. Oh, this is fun. Let's do some background stuff for character things. Going to Seattle to visit somebody's, let's say, aunt, and Hideyori has a relative in San Francisco who is actually like the end point of your trip. So you're going to go up to Seattle and then down to,
And down.
yeah.
And then whoever wants to continue on will go ahead and hit SoCal.
Yeah, sure, why not? But that's the general path you're taking. So there is actually a reason for going through Wallace, Idaho.
Yeah.
Because it threw out FMX.
Whatever.
Say what?
Said other than to stop and see the world's largest ball of twine or whatever it is that's there.
No, a stoplight on the interstate.
Stoplight right there.
The last stoplight. In fact, at this point, you're, say, 40 miles away, and it says, Wallace, Idaho, home of the last stoplight. And it says that on a sign. They actually advertise it.
Of course they do.
And I'm not making this up. It's
sounds
true.
surprising.
It's all true.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. It's astonishing what you find when you start doing research for a game. Hey, I need a town in the Rocky Mountains. Let's see, where are the Rocky Mountains? Idaho? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Mountain
actually,
Town, Idaho. Wallace,
Well-
Idaho. Okay, what's in Wallace, Idaho? Last stoplight. What?
actually, by the time you're up in Idaho, you're leaving the Rockies and entering the Saltines.
Dude, don't mess with me.
But I saw my first Aurora Borealis in the Saltines.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was on my birthday. That was
Okay,
awesome.
so DJ's driving. You're about a half hour, let's say. It would say 25 miles. Wallace, Idaho, 25 miles. And then it says other towns, 75, 115, 205, past that. But the one that's next is Wallace. Between you and Wallace, there's basically road and mountains and nothing else. Then there is an earthquake. Hey, does DJ have driving?
Yes, he does.
This would be a good time to make a driving roll. You can spend points if you like.
I will do so. I'll go ahead and spend a point of driving. Which is good because I rolled a 1.
Well, that doesn't help you. So you get 2, which still sucks. So let's see what would happen on a 2. Let's say, oh, I know it's fun. There's an earthquake. The ground shifts. DJ's veering.
That's not.
There's
right.
like a, you feel like the whole motorhome is lifted up and dropped down. Everybody wakes up, including the dog. And there's a loud kind of a cracking, crunching sound. And at that point, while you're driving, something underneath the motorhome makes a sound as you slowly slow down.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's like that drive shaft not good.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not good. It's bad. Who's mechanical? Let's see, mechanical repair.
I do believe that's me again.
I did not.
Mechanical repair.
I-
Honey.
Oh, actually, several of you have it.
Yes.
DJ has it as well.
Or did I get the electronic?
All right, so we got Connie, Dusty, and DJ all have electrical repair. I'm opening up your character sheets. Hang on a second, so I can like refer to them, and tell you who notices what. Well, everybody other than. Yep, everybody
Yes, I
other
have
than
it.
Hideyori. Hideyori wakes up and is like, "What's that sound?" Everybody else is like, "Oh Jesus, the drive shaft just cracked." So what are you gonna do?
Coast to a stop, I think.
That's-
Not much choice otherwise.
Good idea. You coast to a stop. Oh, hey, let's do some.
What happened?
Let's do some dice stuff. Yeah, everybody else is asleep except for DJ. So nobody else knows what happened. Oh, good God. Okay, this is early June. Okay? Early June. You're up in the mountains. So it's a little different. Early June, you look out the window, it is snowing. Just letting you know. So,
Okay.
DJ, tell them what happened.
Earthquake! No, seriously, there was an earthquake.
Well, we are in the mountains. Fault lines.
And it's snowing.
It's June.
Go outside and tell it.
Stone dry.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Is it?
Okay.
Who has what would be meteorology? Where would that
Uh,
tie into these skills they've got here? I think the closest is probably geology, although that's
Yeah.
kind of stretching it.
yeah.
Although under geology, I would know that this is a tectonically stable area. And if we just had an earthquake and now it's snowing, I'm thinking a volcano has erupted.
There are who has geology actually?
Not I.
I do.
Is
Of,
Dusty
like-
the only one? Because I'll throw it to Dusty if he's the only one.
Dusty's the only one.
Okay, this is stuff you don't have to roll for this. This is like background knowledge kind of deal.
Yeah.
Technologically stable. Well, I mean, as much as anything is, because plates shift.
Volcano.
So, but as such things go, you don't normally have earthquakes in southern Idaho. Also, there is right over there, not more than 100 miles from here, a couple of mountains which theoretically could someday erupt as volcanoes. Probably not for hundreds of years. For example, Mount St. Helens. It'll be hundreds of years before that erupts. So,
Oh, really?
but theoretically, it could.
You know, geologically, 1,000 years is an eye blink.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm
100
sure.
years
I
means
mean,
any day now.
but realistically, Dusty, the chances of Mount St. Helens erupting are just astronomical. You probably won't live to see it. It'll be hundreds of years from now.
Or tomorrow.
And it looks like snow outside. It does not look like ash. So there's that. Back to you. You're about, according to DJ, according to last sign you saw, is 25 miles to Wallace.
Oh, fun.
Okay. What part of the drive shaft is bent? Is it between two bearings?
What are you doing to investigate that?
Bending over and looking underneath.
Who goes outside into the snow and investigates with Dusty.
Go outside and check it out.
I will.
Stand around looking dumb. I have no idea what you're looking at. What is that piece?
It's like cold, wet, melts into water kind of snow.
Once you go outside, and this is everybody but Connie and Dakota, yeah? Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody but Connie and Dakota. Connie and Dakota stay where it's warm. Dakota's no dummy. So that you guys go outside, and you look underneath, and the drive shaft is cracked between two CV joints. It is
Right.
not something you can fix on the road at all, in any way. However, the snow, it's flurries, and basically you go outside, and it clears up almost as soon as you go outside.
Okay, it's been known to happen, but still, I'm voting for volcano over earthquake. Just the probabilities.
Whatever makes you feel happy.
It's a whole lot more probable that a volcano blew off than no big light in the sky anywhere.
You don't see one. Not from here.
Okay, DJ, you didn't see a big light in the sky when the earthquake hit?
Not recently.
Or like within minutes of the earthquake. Okay, not a nuclear blast either.
Believe me, I've lived in California.
Suddenly, I feel a whole lot better about going out in the snow.
So what's the plan?
Yes, so
It's about 25 miles to town, guys.
that's gonna be a fun walk.
25 miles. That's a day.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Pull together a sack of like food and water, and
Start at sunup.
Actually,
this time of year, at that latitude, if you start at sunup, you ought to be there a little after lunchtime.
I'll throw something out there. Connie has preparedness 4.
yes, I have.
That's a lot of Connie has been on digs in the middle of the desert, in the snow, in 120-degree heat. Connie's been all kinds of crazy places. She's prepared, man. She is prepared. So, Connie,
Yes.
can you think of something that would make your trip between here and Wallace faster?
Probably if for the downward portions, or carry things on a sled so that or better yet, use the sled. Do we have anything that would be?
It's not snowing that much.
Oh well, darn it.
No. It's flurries and it's gone now.
Oh, well then, something with wheels, like
Like what?
kayak.
I'm saying silica pack. Do you have silica packs and a small chemistry kit?
I was a motorcycle.
Actually, I was thinking bicycle.
No, seriously, silica packs, a few pieces of chem equipment, a coat hanger, and some newspaper.
Honestly, Brandon, I blame MacGyver.
Batteries off of the RV, and I can just do a welder.
I was actually thinking just a bicycle.
Yeah,
A wagon.
a wagon.
Well, I mean, your bicycle, you pedal. A wagon, you're downhill. Bicycle, you can go, just a 10 speed. They had 10 speeds in 1973. It's not the Old West.
Yes, but I'm assuming if we're 25 miles from Wallace, we're going to have to go uphill at least half the time.
That's why I said 10 speed. You can shift down and just... It's not a big deal. People do it all the time.
Just keep your 60 RPM. I used to do like 50-mile bike rides.
Wait, is there anything you haven't done?
Give me a list. If not, I'll go out and do it.
Okay.
So there's no chance of flying anybody down. The road's that deserted?
Actually, it is a freeway.
Yeah.
So if you wait a while, you're bound to see somebody.
Why don't we try that first?
So what do you try that first? Seriously? Okay.
Wait for the state trooper.
Start walking and put my thumb out.
All right, let's roll. How long do you wait? Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours later, truck comes by. Slows down because you're there, and it's 73. People aren't weird about this yet. Guy pulls over. Oh, hey, who pulls over? Maybe I'll give you somebody fun. Bit. Nah, just random guy. Random guy pulls over. Says, "Wow, you're in the middle of nowhere. Need help?"
Oh, more than you know.
Ooh, sure do.
Well,
Yeah,
one of you can get up front, and the rest hop in the back. I'll take you to town.
That'd be great.
Great.
So, zzz, 20 minutes later, you're in town. And it's Wallace, Idaho. Hang on, I got a picture for you. Isn't this fun? Computers are fun. Somebody click on that. Oh,
Like, working on it.
pardon me.
See.
My GM helper?
Yep. Let's see if this will work for me today.
Let's hope so.
Yes. Oh, you're kidding me.
What again?
Again.
Black box?
Black boxes.
That's weird.
I thought I rebooted since last week.
Hey, Donald, would you mind doing that?
Done.
Awesome. There you go. Wallace, Idaho. Population, and there's a sign so you know. Population 2,206.
They crossed the line out and over the last number to add the 6.
It's a burgeoning metropolis considering some of the places we've been.
Well,
It is bigger than St. Margaret's, Colorado. Colorado.
yeah, St. Margaret's was like this, but only one side of the street.
Pretty much, yeah. So
I was thinking it's only a little smaller than Waldrug.
So you come into Wallace, Idaho, and the guy driving the truck drops you off in front of the service station. There is a service station. Burt's service station. It says on the sign. Drops you off. So there you go. And he drives away. So here you are. What are you gonna do? It's what time? Let's pick a time. Is there a D12? Ooh, let's roll a D12 because 12 hours, right? It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Excellent.
It's cloudy, it's cold, but not freezing cold, say 40 degrees in early June. Which Dusty knows is unusually cold for Idaho in early June, even at this elevation.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do?
Go on.
I'm going to talk to her.
What?
So go talk to Bert.
You do. You tell him what your motorhome is.
Yep, and what the problem is.
Okay. He says, well, he can probably get it fixed. It may take a couple of days because you probably have to order the part.
Okay.
You have to order it from, he needs to name some other town that you have never heard of. Because, it's a bigger town. So it'll be a couple of days. But he'll go and he'll tow it here now.
Thank you.
So you guys, well, I guess you're going to need some place to stay. The 1313 is, you can get some food. And I'm not making that up either. That is like the bar and grill in Wallace, Idaho, the 1313. Anyway.
Nice.
And there's a...
Consider ourselves fortunate if something do drop in.
There's a hotel right by there. You can hold up there for a couple of days. And I'll get your motor coach, and I'll let you know. Check back tomorrow?
All right, sounds good.
Okay, great. And Bert flips the closed sign back in an hour, sets a little time, and drives away in his tow truck. And you guys do what?
Go check out the local sites.
Wallace Inn.
The 1313N. Great, awesome.
Go get Go get food in a hotel room.
While you're walking down the road to the 1313, there's a banner across the street. There's like one street banner. It says something like Um, Mothman celebration in the banner. Mothman.
I don't know if they'll be
Oh,
getting many moths with it this cold.
a cult. Hideyori has a cult. Let's
Oh, yes.
see. You do not. Dusty does not. And DJ does not. So Hideyori has it.
Yep.
The Mothman. I can read it too, or you can read it. What would you prefer? I'll read it to you. Faster.
Oh.
Okay, on December, because Hideyori will probably share this with you.
Yes.
On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge, a suspension bridge connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed, killing 46 people. Spanning the Ohio River, this I-bar chain bridge, built in 1928, met its fate during rush hour as people were returning home from work and families were going into town to begin their Christmas shopping. What caused this well-traveled bridge to collapse was not a mystery. A defect in one of the I-bar links caused a crack to form which led to the catastrophe. The real mystery was the appearance of a strange visitor, cited several times by the citizens of Point Pleasant during the months leading up to the tragedy. This strange visitor was known as the Mothman, later to appear in a movie starring Richard Gere.
So why are
So
they
anyway.
celebrating this way out here in Idaho?
We're quite a ways from
Yes.
West Virginia.
That's a really long way.
Anyway, you find the 1313 Club.
I bet somebody in there will know.
Probably. Inside,
I just
it
found
has
out
tons of stuffed animals. That's probably not the right word for it. But like there's like a puma posed with a twig branch.
Talking about like taxidermy animals.
Yes. It's like a
Those-
taxidermy. Yes, it's a taxidermy exhibition. There's birds and bluebirds and hawks and head of a deer and a squirrel and a branch and a groundhog looking at its shadow, things like that. All over the place in this place. And there's a big bar,
this is-
and there's lots of little tables with people eating. The place is pretty much packed, actually.
Well, if it's the only place to eat in town, it would be.
Well, it's not the only place, but it's the place.
The place. Well,
And they're all blah, 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 blah. And you come in and they don't know you. And it's a town of 2,000, so they know almost everybody. So they look up, and then they go back to what they're doing. Blah, 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 bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter.
Okay, I just saw it on the map. Wow, this is way up in the north.
Yep.
Yeah, that midsummer snow. Why not? This far north.
The icy north.
Welcome to the frozen north, eh?
The yeah, no, they've got 28-degree lows in June.
Overnight.
Well, that's when we were here, but we're talking about,
It's 2 in the afternoon right now.
yeah, no,
It was
we're-
noon when you felt the earthquake.
Oh, it was noon when we felt the earthquake and it
Yes.
snowed?
Wait,
Oh,
1,
okay, yeah, this
2,
is abnormal.
say 11.
No, I just found out about the prostitutes.
What?
Yeah. Wallace had prostitutes up until the 1980s. They had like old school Western bordellos.
Oh.
oh, really?
Great. So anyway,
Wow.
you're in this
currently,
bar and
yeah.
grill surrounded by creepy taxidermied animals. And a lot of
Currently,
people
they have
talking.
the Oasis Bordello Museum currently runs in Wallace out of an old whorehouse.
Alrighty then.
But that's not where you are. You're at the 1313.
Okay. It also has 9 bars and a current population of 960. So Okay.
A trunk.
Dude, spoilers. I was gonna get to that. Stop!
Sorry.
Stop right now. Go be where you are. You're in this bar, grill, whatever. Bunch of locals. Several places open at the bar, although there's several people at the bar.
That's fine.
Yep.
So do something. Entertain me.
Oh, go get. Find out what they serve here.
Cool. Well, you look at the menus, and these are actually new menus. They are printed on cardstock. It's not. It's not. It's thicker than normal paper, but it's not like laminated like you might find at a Denny's. And it's got a big drawing of a creature on the front. In fact, I'll share this with you. What it looks like. Da 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 da. It is fun.
Mothman?
Audio visual. Yes, it's a picture of the Mothman. Oh, and it's telling me I don't have it. Did I not upload it? I thought I did. Hang on a second. 1 second. Oh, man. Hang on a second. I was certain I'd uploaded this. Oh, for freaking frack. Come on. I'm so annoyed. Seriously? Firefox is not responding. It crashed entirely.
Wow.
Yep, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
you know, disappointed. Disappointed. I'm disappointed in you.
I like that little
Disappointed.
picture. I like that little picture of the fox licking the window in the winter. It says Firefox has encountered an error with Windows.
That's funny. I will find where I got the picture from and share that with you. Here you go. This is the picture. Stupid frickin' Firefox. Okay, somebody share that.
I can't.
That is a drawing on the front of the menu.
How exciting.
Anybody? Somebody share it.
Wrap our alley.
Okay, I got it. And screen share that one, go.
There you go. Awesome.
Charming.
And there are several menu items that are Mothman themed. There's the Mothmana Colada. There's the Mothman Burger.
Awesome.
The special smothered Mothman fries. Apparently they're making it a thing.
So did it.
While you guys
So
are
I
standing
wonder
there,
if they've got any. I wonder if they've got any broken down school buses we could, make a drive shaft out of.
well, while you're looking at the menu, a fella at the bar says to Connie, "Oh, I'll show you this guy because he's fun. I do have a picture of him." Okay, this fella, if somebody share that, who's at the bar drinking a beer, says to Connie, "Don't pay any attention to that. He doesn't look anything like that." That's not what he says. I'm sorry. He says, "Don't pay attention to that. You're never going to see that." This fella.
Huh.
Anybody who cares about his ethnicity, he's clearly like part American Indian of some type. And there's actually like 4 or 5 major tribes in Idaho, so who knows? But clearly, this dude's major American Indian ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you're not going to see that. Pay no attention to that.
Another
Get back to drinking
local
his
myth.
Oh, it's real. It just doesn't look anything like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And then another guy on the other side of him says, hang on, let me find this guy. Yeah, this is good. Well, it amuses me. Okay, so share this. Okay, that fella. On the other side of the big, older American Indian-looking guy says, "Oh yeah, yeah, half shot him. Well, didn't actually shoot him. Shot at him. Well, kind of shot toward him. Um, well, he was aimed in that direction and he shot, so I guess that counts. Well, shot might not be the right word. Anyway, so the bigger Indian guy says, "Shut up. I shot him. I shot it. I shot it. There's no way I did not hit it and didn't pay." And he looks over at Connie and he says, "And it didn't even flinch." So, but it didn't look anything like that.
Right.
He says, "Another." And the bartender brings another.
Andy,
Elderflower.
Elder.
Oh, I like that one. It's got a nice, delicate note to it.
Thank you.
There's your claw.
That's what you guys do.
Order food.
Well, if he didn't look like that, what does he look like?
Yes.
Okay, the more Anglo-looking guy says, "Oh, show me your drawings. Show me your drawings." He shoots some drawings. Well, not drawings exactly, more like sketches. But well, maybe not. Sketches is not really the right word, but it's more of scribbles and notes and things. It's like, oh, come on, stop. Please just stop.
Yeah, fairly early on in that rant, Dusty goes ahead and looks over at the other guy and just waits patiently.
It didn't look anything like that. It was kind of Have you ever seen a shrimp? You know
Yeah.
what a shrimp is, right?
Yeah.
Well, the middle was kind of like a shrimp, and then it had like wings, kind of like a moth, and then the head was kind of a fungus-looking thing, sort of. But that everything I just told you is wrong because it doesn't look anything like that. But that's as close as I can. Well, hang on a second. He digs down in like a bag. He's got like a big tan canvas bag next to him. He digs around and he hands to Connie. Wait, who asked? Oh, Connie's the one next to him. He hands to Connie because Connie's the only, female. So he hands it to her. It's like, here you go. Look, that's as close as I can get, and that's not right. I've been trying and trying. It's wrong. Everything
You know,
about it is wrong.
I remember trying really hard to
Here's one.
draw something that I saw, and it didn't want me to draw it. And just don't worry about it is my advice.
Oh, actually, share one of these and then the other one. Actually, if somebody could share one and then the other one, I'll show the first one on screen and then I'll show the second one on screen and then we'll move on. Because this is pretty worthwhile, I think.
Wow.
I was really happy to find these.
Okay, so here's mine.
Okay.
Seems freaky.
Okay. That's like that's more lobstery than shrimpy.
Eh,
I can see where you got the idea of that. It's actually almost actually kind of insectoid.
Yeah. Well, except it's not.
Hmm.
Somebody want to share the second one? Or was that the second one?
Much more crustacean than insectoid. Look at the claws. Look at the claws and the leg joints. It's much more crustacean.
Yeah.
Somebody do the second one?
I studied the buildings, the remains of ancient civilizations, not insects and crustaceans.
Okay, here, I'll get the other one.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not gonna try again.
There.
There you go. Okay, and that's another sheet in his notebook. And he actually has like a dozen pages in this sketchbook. It's not really a sketchbook. It's more of like a three-ring binder with lines in it and so forth.
That's looking more
But
like bat wings than an insect. They kind of insectoid, but they join like bat wings.
yes, exactly, he says. It's like a moth, except it's not like a moth. It's more like a bat, except it's nothing like a bat.
But then you turn it around and it's like a lobster.
Exactly. And it's giving me nightmares. All I can do, I try to draw it, and this is as close as I can get, and it's wrong. I know it's all wrong. You know, you're right. I shouldn't worry. He looks at Dusty, who's one who said this. I shouldn't worry about it. Here, what you want? You take it. Keep them. I'm done with this. I'm tired of trying to think about what this thing looks like. Because I think about it, and I think about it, and I can almost, it's like I can picture it. And then he starts twitching and foaming at the mouth, and he falls off his bar stool and starts, ooh, excuse me. And then he starts,
Dusty calls out, and then that happens.
yes, he basically starts twitching and frothing at the mouth on the floor, and his eyes roll back in his head.
Somebody who knows medical is going to, or
I look over at his buddy. Does this usually happen?
No.
Oh.
His buddy in the hat, like, is like, oh my god, half, are you okay?
anybody who has medical, which I don't, will know he's seizing and know what to, and will know.
Yeah, I told him not to think about it.
You
Put
did.
it-
You did tell him not to think about it.
Yeah.
So who has medical? Let's look.
I do.
Medicine. Oh, DJ, you want to help the guy having an epileptic fit?
Yeah, I will do that.
I only know first aid, so that's more medical.
This is definitely medical. This is not a first aid issue.
Yeah, that's something.
So,
at
hey,
EM.
DJ, make a roll.
Although we did learn how to do that in first aid class back in the late 70s.
Did you?
Roll a 4.
Yeah.
DJ sticks one of those like very thin cardboard coaster things that you put a drink on, like so he doesn't like swallow his tongue or whatever. And there you go.
Posters.
And after a minute or so, it passes, and he's like, "What happened?"
You thought about it again.
Get him a glass of water.
He sits up on the floor, drinks the water. He's like, "Oh, is this water?" He drinks it anyway. Oh God, I feel like I've been gargling battery acid. He looks at DJ and
So
says,
then you tried the whiskey here.
"Thanks to DJ." Yeah, that's
You might want to go see a doctor.
No, I know what caused that. I'm done with this. I'm done with this whole Mothman thing. I'm thinking about leaving town until it's over, as a matter of fact. And the other guy says, wait, this is our business. What about the tours? What about the money? What about the tourists? And the money? And the money?
Ask the guy on the floor, what the heck is this guy talking about?
Oh, well, we have a business. We ride people around to places where the Mothman's been sighted. It's a pretty good gig, really. You want to go? It's not expensive. It's a good show.
Sure.
Stands up. He stands up. Sits on the. Yeah. All right. Great.
Only if you don't think you're going to have one of those again.
No. That's only when I think about what the Mothman actually did look like.
Okay.
The show. I mean, the tour has nothing to do with that.
Makes sense.
Does the tour have anything to do with the actual moth?
Eh.
How about we start with those parts?
Kinda. Actually, hey, how about I take a break and Tenny gives you the tour. What do you think? He's like, oh, I'd be happy to give him the tour. Absolutely. Yeah. Next runs at it's currently like around 2:45. He's like, next runs at 3 p.m. Well, it's not exactly 3. It might be a little bit before 3. Well, or after 3. Really depends on how busy we are at the time. Well, not busy exactly. It depends on what else I'm doing. Might not be actually busy. So.
Are you on some kind of medication? Just out of curiosity.
No, not on medication. Well.
Have you considered it?
Maybe you should have said. I'd say, is it too late to buy this guy another beer? But that's starting to be frowned upon right before driving.
Oh, we're not really driving. It's more of, well, it's driving. Besides, I don't need to buy a beer. We got some in the truck. So,
Of course you do.
if you'd like to go on the tour.
Next drink. Be right back.
Okay. I kind of feel bad because.
I know what the tour entails.
Do you?
Yes.
Tell us what you think the tour entails. I'm curious what you think.
No, I'm going to ask this guy what the...
Oh, you're asking. I thought you said you knew. He's like, oh, well, what we do is we drive around town to places where the Mothman's been sighted, and then I tell you, this is where the Mothman's been sighted, and maybe you'll see him if you pay attention. And we stay there about 10 minutes, and then I sell you some beers, and then we ride to the next spot, at which point I tell you, this is another place the Mothman's been sighted. And then if you look carefully, you might see the Mothman. And I sell you a couple of beers, and then we ride to the next place where the Mothman's been sighted. And so it kind of goes on like that.
Close enough, you might think you see it.
Well, you might see it. I mean, after all, I saw it. Well, no, I didn't actually see it. I half saw it. Well, I don't know that he saw it, because I wasn't looking, I was running away. But I do know that he shot at it. Well, perhaps not at it exactly, but he did shoot. That is a fact, because I remember hearing it. And he said he shot it, although he said it ignored the shot, which makes me think that maybe he missed it. So he would at least shot at it. So there you go. And he seems really sincere. And I've never known half to lie. Well, not never, but very, very rarely. And not about anything important. So.
Well, it's possible he could have hit it, but it shrugged it off. We've seen that before.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
It's a 30-06. You would think if he did hit it, it would have noticed.
That's, yeah.
I'm
If
thinking
in fact he saw it, which he says he did.
I'm thinking as good as this guy is at hedging his bets, he ought to be on Wall Street.
So, oh, somebody came back. Who's gone?
Donald.
Donald was gone. Now you're back. Okay, great.
Virginia draft.
Yeah, that's a good one. It actually reminds me a lot of this elderflower.
Yeah. Well,
Has like
that
a nice-
elderflower's kind of got that floral,
Yeah.
like bouquet to it. But yeah, elderflower's a favorite of mine.
So, Half says, you guys, you go on. I'm gonna stay out of this whole Mothman thing.
Smart man.
Yeah.
You,
Sounds-
good luck.
I hope you feel better.
Great. Thanks. Another beer. Meanwhile,
To the Oasis.
Tenny Mope tells you guys to meet him out right up front at exactly 3, and he'll bring the wagon up. And the admission fee is $12 each. Although we are having a Mothman Club discount. Are you Mothman Club members?
What does the Mothman Club membership?
Oh, the Mothman Club gives you steep discounts. 5% on all tours, 5% on the Mothman Buffet, which is served here every day between 1 and 2, and 5% off Mothman weekend stay at the nearby Bellflower Hotel.
How about this? I peel off 2 20s. You earn your name of Tenny each.
Well, that's only $40, and that's for 4 of you. So,
Right, but your name is Tenny, so that's a Tenny from each of us.
Gonna make a roll. Make a roll, Dusty. What do you got? What do you got to back that up with? Let's do some gaming stuff here. Make a roll.
I
Interpersonal.
rolled a 2, so not a whole lot.
He's like, well, I could take this, but really, I see. If it were up to me, I would take this. But see, half is an equal partner in this business venture, and it wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be fair to half. So what I need is.
You're telling me you can't do it for Tenny because he gets half?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I tell you what. You seem like nice people. You helped half out when he had his whatever that was. I'm gonna take it. He stuffs it in his pocket. Let's go. He goes, well, meet me back here at 3. Well, maybe not exactly at 3, but if you're there at 3, I'll be there either before you are or slightly after you are. So just be out there at 3, and then I'll be there either before that or after that.
We'll see you then, Tenny.
And he walks outside. So you've got like 15 minutes until that happens. You haven't eaten yet, or drank? You've had nothing to drink or eat since you got here.
Let's get some then. As long as we can get it in before 3.
We have 15 minutes.
Depends what you order. Bartender comes up. So, do you guys know what you want?
No, well, we're taking the 3 o'clock tour, so something quick.
Oh, are you a member of the Mothman Club?
I guess so.
No, well, we're friends of half.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's Is that epilepsy? That looked like epilepsy. I read about that.
Did look like it.
It did.
I'll tell you what. You're taking the tour at 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
How about I give you a few beers to go and Mothman dogs.
Sounds good.
Great. He leaves,
Sounds
comes
good.
back.
And
He
an
gives
extra
you
one for Dakota.
5 chili dogs with cheese and jalapeno peppers and 5 cans of Steel City beer. Assuming they had it back then. No, Coors. Coors. It's the 70s. Big Coors cans of beer. There you go. I have no idea what people drink in the 70s. I only know that the cans didn't have like the nice flip tops like we have now. It was like weird, different alien
Yeah,
flip tops.
they had the bull rings. We used to build suits of chainmail out of them back in the 70s.
Yes, exactly. So it gives you that, and the total's like $3.50.
Yeah,
Great.
reasonable too.
So you go outside at 3, or do you talk to people?
Well, we said we'd be out at 3, so.
Yep. We're waiting at 3.
But while we're waiting for the food, unless he's that quick, we'll talk to people.
If Dakota doesn't mind, I'm going to slip her beer for later.
Dakota's not really a drinker, but is more than happy to eat the hot dog.
Yes.
Ooh, jalapenos.
Dogs usually like spicy food.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, who has, you guys, some of you guys have oral history. Who has oral history? Somebody does. Not Hideyori.
I do. Connie has an 8 in oral history.
Holy moly. Okay, Connie, who just exudes the kind of aura that people just feel comfortable around her talking. So
That's how I befriend bikers.
that's why you're friends with bikers. You walk into the bar, there's like minute and a half, like, what the hell are you doing here? And then like another 30 seconds of bad things going to happen to you, little lady, because you're a woman and we're all evil bikers. And then somehow it turns around to them buying you beers and you telling them about archaeology. It just happens. It's just weird. So the hubbub around the 1313 is that people think the Mothman is a portent of catastrophe, because earthquakes, which nobody can remember being like this ever before, have been happening in the past year. And other people think it might be related to the disaster at the Sunshine Mine, which happened almost exactly 1 year before. In May of last year, 72, a fire broke out in the Sunshine Mine. 91 workers died from smoke inhalation or carbon monoxide poisoning, hard to say. And it was the worst disaster in Idaho's history, and one of the worst disasters, mining disasters, in American history. And as of this moment, when you guys are visiting, the Sunshine Mine has just recently reopened after that horrible disaster. So there's mixed opinions on the appearance of the Mothman and what it portends.
That's the silver mine?
The Sunshine Mine is a silver mine, yeah.
Yeah, it's silver.
And again, I didn't make that up. That's a real thing.
Oh, I'm figuring it was. There's just too much good stuff in that area to have to actually make something up.
This crazy? All I wanted was a small town in the mountains, and I got all this crap. But it fits. It really does.
Yeah, perfectly.
So there's that. Do you follow up on any of that? Because you can if you like.
Sure. If we have time.
What do you ask about? At this point, you'd have to ask questions.
Okay. So ask them. But so the Earth about the earthquakes. Did they start? You said they started a year ago. So right after the fire.
Yeah, really. About that time, give or take. Somebody share that. That's the guy Connie's talking to. Cumbly Gritness.
Go.
And he goes, yeah, it's around that time. I'd say it was around that time.
Well, he looks like
maybe after that. Come to think of it, I'd have to look up the records. Look at some back issues. But I think it's after that. But not long after that. And he's drinking whiskey. Like straight. It's a glass and it's whiskey and he's drinking it. That's all it is. There's no ice, there's no mixer, there's no nothing.
Man after my own heart.
Yeah. Buy me a drink then. And he downs his and he puts on the table. Yeah. Wait, what are you saying? You think the fire had something to do with... He's looking at Connie, who asked him this. He's like, are you saying you think the fire had some connection to the earthquakes?
It's possible if they coincide.
No, it's not. Fire is an earthquake. Come on, man. Buddy, you, lady, girly, you sound just like Elsie. Always seeing conspiracies and everything.
I can think of a very good example of a fire and an earthquake happening at the same time.
Yeah. Who's Elsie? We're new into
Elsie's a stringer for the paper. Hi, come. He holds his shaky, kind of meaty hand out toward Connie. He says, "Cumbly Gritness, editor of the Shoshone News Press." Elsie's a stringer. She's not really a reporter. She's one of these women's liber feminist types. You know how they are. They want to be treated the same, burn their bras, want the same money men make. It's all ridiculous. But, She's got a nose for news. Of course, she buys into the whole conspiracy thing a little too much, like you with the fire and the earthquake. She thinks the president has something to do with that break-in at the Democratic convention thing last year. I mean, come on, really, the president? Anyway, but she got nose, good nose. She's been missing for like 4 days.
Oh.
So, yeah. Hey, he stands up. This guy at this point, you're aware, is really, really drunk. He's like way drunk. He stands up in his chair. He says, "Attention, attention! The Shoshone News Press is offering a reward for news or facts or finding of a body of Elsie Paletto, respected employee of the Shoshone News Press." Although she's not really a reporter, she's just a stringer. But, damn it, she's a good stringer. So, anybody find her? $500.
Whoa.
People are like raising their eyebrows. Whoa, that's a lot of money back now.
Huh.
Except,
What are you gonna sit there for? Go look for her.
Except for Dusty, who thinks that's allowed.
I'm sorry, what?
It's allowance.
I was going to say, except for Dusty, who considers that allowed.
Huh.
It is actually quite a sum. And nobody like rushes out at that moment. So he sits back down and he's just like,
You wouldn't happen to have a picture of her with you, would you? Or do you have any,
Elsie? Why would I have a picture of her?
so that we
Oh,
know?
hey, actually, I do have a picture of her, but not with me. Why? Are you gonna go look for her?
It would if we
If
knew
we
what she
happen
looked
to
like.
see her.
If we happen to cross her.
Hey, all right. Hang on, I gotta pay my tab. He peels off a couple of fives, leaves it on the table. Yeah, follow me. And he walks out. You walk outside. There's no sign of Penny Mope.
Hold on. I think you're echoing too clearly.
Hmm?
Every time you say something, I see Craig's microphone thing pop up, and then I get an echo.
Hello?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
No problems.
Yeah.
No problems here.
My voice is coming through on Craig's monitor.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm getting a very heavy reverb from you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something you can do something about, Craig?
Um,
Do you have headphones?
They hurt my ears, but I can put them on.
Oh. How about earbuds? I got like 20 pair of earbuds.
Earbuds hurt. Wow.
Hello? Hello? You've got a little point of light on your microphone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, that means if the mic is off, if that comes on.
Ah.
Oh, that makes it easy to figure out.
Well, Brandon, you don't have any reverb anymore.
So is this
Yeah,
better?
figures.
Oh yes, no echo at all.
Yeah, much
Oh.
easier to understand you.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
wow. You know, actually, oddly enough, I sound better to myself as well.
Well, there you go. Good deal. Okay, we'll do this then.
Okay. Maybe, if you think earbuds would help you, Craig, I'll mail you some. I've got like 20 sets. As far as like actual headphones, that I cannot help you with because I don't have extra of those.
Well, these are good headphones. It's just that with the glasses on, it's annoying. That's all.
Do you need glasses? It's not like, we're that far away.
It's true, actually. Right now here, I don't to see people, but to see text, I have to go like this.
Oh.
I got some Bluetooth headphones for $20
dope.
on Amazon. They work really well.
Yeah, I thought about getting those actually. The Beats makes a pair of those. I thought about that.
Okay. Well, thank you for your pain.
That's not that bad, but thanks.
Anyway, so you follow Cumbly Gritness across the street to the Shoshone News Press. And as you walk up, there's a little sign in the window that says, "Gone to 1313 Club. Return whenever." And he unlocks it and he goes in. And it's a newspaper. It's bigger than the one you found in that town in New Orleans. It's
I would
actually
hope.
got like a front office and there's a desk and there's a back room. It's got like half dozen desks. But there's nobody here right now. And then there's like another back room that has actual printing press kind of a deal. And he finds you a picture, which he used, or the newspaper uses, on their staff like page of the paper. And this is Elsie Paletto. People who are interested in ethnicity would notice that she is also Native American, or at least at some point, some percentage of her is Native American. Not to be weird about it, but yeah, Elsie Paletto.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll
There
keep
you
an
go.
eye out for her.
So he shows you that. He doesn't give it to you, but he'll show it to you. She looks like this. So yeah, I'd really like if you find her, 'cause you know she's kind of crazy and kind of conspiracy minded, and she's got this whole women's liber thing going. And honestly, I would never have even thought about hiring a woman reporter, but she's really on the ball. She's really on the ball. She's been following that whole thing with Ballista Wide feed, the whole crazy hermit thing and the fires in the mountain, all of that. She thinks it's all connected. And I think that's, you know, if you're going to find her, I bet that's where. I bet she's up on the mountain somewhere between where the fires are and where Ballista is. Probably.
Where are those?
I'm sorry, what?
Where are those? We're new.
Oh, well, if you go down the main road and he gives you directions to Ballista Wide feeds, and there's when you get to like a path about as wide as about yay wide, wheelbarrow path, more or less. Go up to the end of that. That's where you find her place. But then the fires, they're up in the mountains. They're a couple of miles that way. So she thought they were connected. I think she probably went up there, fell down a ravine or a cliff or some mountain thing. I had to go up the mountains. So I think she's probably dead. It's been a week. But if you find her, I'll give you $500.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Oh,
Right.
do you want like some article? You should probably see these. Hang on a second. I'll find this
Okay.
for you. What we got? Oh, man, wouldn't you know? I did not. This is one of the things I did not prepare. One moment. Doodly-doodly-doo. I did not prepare. I meant to.
You're so disappointed in you, Brendan.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. I'm disappointed in myself. Da-da-dee. Is this one? No. Is that the one? Maybe. Let's look at that one. Ba-ba-ba. That is not the one. Is it this one? Ba-ba-ba. Not that one. Anyway, he digs out. He takes several minutes to dig out in his... Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Some old... Not that old. Man, I had open it just a second ago. That's why it didn't synchronize. Some old article, archives? What do they call it? The whole, it's archives?
In newspapers, it's called the morgue.
The morgue. He digs through the morgue and finds articles that Elsie Paletto wrote.
Yeah, it's called the morgue because it's where you keep all your dead issues.
I get it. Where are you, stupid thing? I actually had this open on my laptop, but I'm now at a different computer, so it's all... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Awesome. Let's see. Hand tool? No. Select tool? Seriously? Okay, can I copy that? Edit, copy. I apologize, folks. I meant to have this done first, before the game. I'm boring Lloyd. He's yawning. He's gonna fall asleep right in front of
I have
me.
the arm. I am never bored.
Oh, for fuck's... Okay, that didn't work. Let's do print screen. See if that works. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hang on. Print screen. There we go. And we come over here, and we go over there. And edit, paste. This is just embarrassing. I'm a disgrace to the GMing profession. Image. Crop. Crop, crop, crop. Where's crop?
GMing profession.
What?
The GMing profession. I'm not sure, in all my years in gaming, I'm not sure I have ever met someone who could actually claim to be a professional GM.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you've got like the competitive GMs. There's people trying to raise their rank in the RPGA and playing all of those games, but even the best of those, man, usually they're like working retail somewhere.
yeah, well, I'm not doing that. So, okay, hang on a second. Let me upload this, and I can share with you. And that'll be awesome. Here we go. Any second now. Dude.
Any second now. Any second now.
Any minute now. Here we go. Shoshone News. There we go. Oh, stop yawning. Stop yawning.
Sorry, man, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I slept like crap last night myself. So here we go. Okay, Shoshone News. Somebody share this now, right now. Damn it.
I just worked out in the 90-degree heat and sun all day. That's all.
It's 90 degrees down there? Didn't hit 90 up here. It's mid-80s at the hottest.
In Richmond.
Okay,
and I wasn't in the sun the whole time. I spent half the time crawling around on blacktop.
Warren Tattler. Excellent name.
Okay, some of this is wrong. The part about the reward offered and Bartley Hodges, the retired newsman who's 67 years old, yeah, that's actually Elsie Paletto. So ignore the references to Bartley Hodges and replace that with Elsie Paletto, the 24-year-old stringer for the Shoshone News Press. Not the Brattleboro Tattler, but the Shoshone News Press.
Yeah, and we're swapping
Jennings area with Wallace.
Jennings is Wallace, yes, exactly. Yeah, you see how, had I adequately prepared, this would be quite a bit different. But you get the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, there you go. There are strange fires, there's strange sounds, and Elsie Paletto is missing.
Self-extinguishing wildfires.
Who do what now?
I'm reading this first fire on Strafton Mountain. A large fire Tuesday night on the east side of the mountain. But then it had extinguished itself by Wednesday morning.
Yes, that is all correct.
That's weird. That's really, really weird.
And it's not weekly. Like one happened on Tuesday, one happened on Saturday.
Yeah, Friday night, yeah. Okay, here was our earthquake. Was the one Sunday evening, huh?
Yep.
That lines up with our earthquake?
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
Indeed it does. Okay, so other than the parts that are wrong, that gives you a gist of what Cumbly Gritness has to offer you.
Excellent.
$500. Dead or alive. Find out what happened to Elsie, and you get the money.
All right. Well, thank you.
Let's go on a Mothman tour then.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you head back outside the Shoshone News Press, and Tenny Mope is there. He's in a Jeep with a whole open top Jeep. It's just got a bar behind the front seats, but everything else is all open. And he is towing what looks like a trailer with benches in it. And he's sitting there and he's drinking a beer.
Awesome.
All right. Do we have a couple of beers each for the for the road?
Among other things, yes.
This is Idaho in the 70s.
So what do you do? He has not noticed you. He's parked in front of the 1313.
Head on over.
And mount up.
See if
Oh,
see if-
You
see
get
if we
into
can
the
get
wagon
on-
and he, like LaShawn says, hey, 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 hey. Oh, hey.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
great,
say,
awesome.
See if we can fully populate the wagon before he notices.
You get about halfway there before he notices that people are getting, okay. And he gives you the whole spiel about the story about the Mothman in West Virginia and the supernatural, blah, blah, blah. He gives you his best attempt at a compelling story, which is kind of undermined by him stopping periodically and saying, well, not actually a disaster, more like a catastrophe. But anyway. Okay, now we're going to go. And he gets in the Jeep and he drives away and he drives down the road and then up a hill and down a road and then to like a place where the road's like an edge of a ravine and it goes down and it goes back up. And he gives you the spiel about how the Mothman was seen here by a pair of young lovers who had stopped to admire the moonlight and express their affections for each other when they were interrupted by the Mothman. Well, they weren't actually interrupted by the Mothman. They saw the Mothman. Well, they didn't actually see him. They actually heard him. Well, they heard something. It might have been the Mothman, and but it was definitely something they heard, or at least thought they heard, and it interrupted. Well, it might not have been here. It may have actually been over there, perhaps behind those rocks, and then past that there's like a stand of cedar trees, and then a little bit further past that there's an open area, and they think that's where they heard something that they believe was the Mothman. Ah. Anybody want a beer? $1? No, actually it's like 1973. 75 cents. 75 cents a beer. Anybody want a beer? Anybody?
I brought my own, thank you.
For the first round.
Well, all right then. Okay, moving on. He sits down, drives away, drives down roads. He stops at several places like that, and it's very similar stories. Here's where so-and-so saw something that they think was a Mothman, and then something happened, and then they ran away, so on and so forth.
Mm.
And the whole tour stops like a half dozen places, takes about an hour, and then comes back and drops you off at the front of 1313.
I was gonna say, what's the relationship between these places where the Mothman was sighted and bars?
Oh, they're all backwoods, back roads. There's no bars.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to do with them then.
However, at each stop, he offers to sell you beer. 75 cents a bottle, which is only about 15 cents more than you would buy it for normally.
That's not too
Yeah,
bad.
we'll probably end up having a few rounds on this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then he drops you off at the front of the 1313.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night. Oh, and if you join the Mothman Club, because you've already taken the tour, you get a $10 discount off of the Mothman. Hey, Bess. Off of the Mothman Club membership,
How
which
much
is a heck of a bargain.
And how much is the membership?
Normally $45. But because you've already taken the Mothman tour, $35 a piece, which gives you discounts, a 5% discount on the Mothman buffet here at the 1313 Club, the Mothman weekend retreat at the Belvedere Hotel next door, and also any future tours you get for half price.
Okay, well, this weekend that starts now, right? Goes on for about 3 days.
Let's say today's Friday. Sure, why not? Yes,
Well, then
as luck would have it, yes.
then
It does. It
sounds
starts
like
today. Well,
it,
not
it
today
sounds
exactly.
like-
It actually started this morning at midnight, 12:01 actually.
well, then it sounds like it'll be cheaper to become Mothman members than it will be to stay in the hotel without being members
That's true.
for the 3
Absolutely.
days that it'll take to fix our truck.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, Bart said it'll take 2 or 3 days to get the drive shaft into town.
Oh, well, if he said that, I'm sure it's true. Well, if not true, at least that's what he thinks is true.
Oh, it's up to you, man.
Sure, why not? Peel
See.
off, 7 more 20s?
Jeez.
70, 140. It's $140 for the four of
Yeah,
you.
7 more 20s.
What?
Good Lord, man. He is
Almost
flabbergasted.
$200 into his pocket today.
Well, thank you, sir. And I'm pleased that you thought that the Mothman tour was fun and educational. And I wish you all a good night. He
Do we
stuffs
get
some money in
anything
his
to
pocket.
prove that we're members?
Oh, no. No, I know.
So when we go up to the hotel, they'll just give us our rooms for free because we told them that you said.
No, not free. Discount. 5% discount.
5% discount.
Yes.
Why not?
Just tell them you're members of the
the way
Mothman.
The way Dusty figures out, he's making more money off of that first thing at the at the amusement park.
Yeah.
His amusement park investment is paying for all of this, right?
If you like to think so. So great. He drives away. So there you are. You're on the road.
Go get rooms at the hotel.
Yes. It's probably about, 4 now?
Yes. 4 in the afternoon. In June. So you got a good, 3 or 4 hours of daylight left.
Not that far north. Sun's not
Dude.
gonna go.
Why you gotta mess with me?
No, actually, no. The further north you go, the longer it takes to go down. So, at that point, it'll be a good number of hours, like 10 o'clock at night.
What,
Yeah,
seriously?
I was gonna say daylight
Seriously.
savings time will take it 10:30 at night sometimes.
I lived in
What?
Germany, which is even further north than that, and yeah, the sun would be set for only like 4 or 5 hours in the middle of the summer.
No, Nova Scotia, try putting kids to bed when the sun is up until almost 11.
Yeah,
Because of
same, yeah,
daylight savings.
exactly. Germany,
And then it comes up again at 4:30 in the morning.
like I said, yeah,
Wow.
4 or 5 hours.
Wow. Okay, so it's daylight. It's 4 o'clock. You have some number of hours of daylight left.
Plenty of
Go
daylight.
find the hotel, which is the Bellflower Hotel. You get rooms. You tell
Mhm.
them you're members of the Mothman Club. They say, "Oh, well, we have a Mothman special for people who are members of the Mothman Club." And they take off, $3 a night off of your stay.
Sure.
So it's like $9 a night or something. Great. Now what?
Now let's
Get
go. All right,
rooms.
now that just in case we needed to show up late, after that way we have our rooms. Oh, let's I'm curious about what happened to Elsie.
Actually, I'll show this to you guys. So you can just like refer to the names and the peoples.
Ow! Grace.
Well, don't do it if it hurts. Sorry, a little bit of Dusty slipped through there.
I'm gonna sick Gracie on you.
Okay. Tell you what, I will take Gracie's worth. All you have to do is give Dinky a belly rub.
Okay.
That's true.
Here's
Gracie didn't pierce skin.
there's a link there of the important peoples.
Excellent. Oh, hey. And we
So you
have
got like one.
a couple extra people there.
Well, you haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
But, you know, you refer to that when I talk about people.
Are you having fun over there? Did I say we go looking for Elsie unless you guys have anything else you want to do?
Oh no, we're just gonna have to hook up with Tenny before we go. I just found out what he was doing for a living.
Hey, I already figured it out. You're the one.
So what's the plan? What's the plan?
Yeah,
Guys,
You've got a room. You've got some facts. What's your next step?
I am sticking with Connie.
Yep, let's find Elsie.
Okay, so what's Connie doing?
No.
Ooh,
Do we
that
need-
looks neat.
Well, we know something about Elsie. You think maybe we should talk around, ask around, get more about her, or shall we just go on up to the? He gave us the address, the directions to her place, right?
Directions, yes. Go down the main road, turn left after the service station, go up, and to the right there's a path, and you go up that path about 2 miles. And that'll take you to what's her name's? Hang on. Ballista Wide Feed.
Ah. What do you think, guys? Shall we? It's already 4. Shall we go ahead? Shall we get food, or shall we go on? Go. Take a 2-mile hike.
Let's carry on. See what they're.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Let's carry on.
All right.
Yes, you never know. She might have proper sense of hospitality.
All right.
Who knows? Okay. So
All right.
you
Head
walk
on.
down the road.
Yep.
You pass the service station. Your motorhome is parked next to it.
hmm
Just so you know.
Anybody want to stop off and grab anything?
There are useful things in the motorhome.
That we did not take with us.
Yes.
Right.
Presumably. I assume so.
No, stop in and swap things out if I need to.
Yeah, swap out, use my preparedness.
Yes, prepared.
Okay. So you moved on. Up the road, down the road, around the corner, up the trail.
Bullets.
You get to the path that heads up to Ballista Wide Feed's house. And it's not hard to miss. Wait, double negative. Not hard to miss. Easy to miss. No, that's not right.
No, it's not hard to miss. Hard's not a negative.
Not hard means easy. Yeah?
No, not
Not
hard.
hard to miss means it's easy to miss.
Yes. No,
It's
Not
hard
hard.
to miss.
means it
Oh,
is
for fuck's
easy
sake.
to
You
miss.
see the path, you take it. I'm sorry. You see the path. Look, there's a path. You take it. It's like
It's
2
hard.
miles up the road. So that
Oh,
takes
look.
you at a walking pace like 20 minutes. So let's say around 5. Does that sound reasonable? 5?
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Pretty good? Okay, great. Awesome. There's like a little wooden shack and the kind of mountains are not cones, right? They're like peaks and then peak and
Yeah.
then peak and then there's like valleys between the cracks and it's very crumbly,
Sawtooth
foldy.
Sawtooth is a very descriptive name for this mountain range.
Sawtooth. There you go.
It
Thank
really
you.
looks
Thank you,
like
Donald.
sawtooths.
Thank you. Well, on one of the peaks, which is where this path goes, there's a little shack. Anybody with geology thinks you're about 4,000 feet above sea level, which
Wow.
is pretty good.
That's well above the town.
Yes. And from the way the people in town described it, the fires are east of here. So, well,
Okay.
depending on whether well, it's either this way or that way, depending on which I'm a mirror image to you guys. But anyway, it's a little shack, and outside the shack, you see Elsie. And if you go look at that picture of the peoples, that's Elsie flipping you guys off.
You mean Ballista?
I'm sorry, Ballista.
I was
My
going to
mistake.
say, and there's Elsie.
No,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We take Elsie back to town.
No, Ballista.
I get $500.
I'm
No.
frickin' frack. I just cannot do anything right tonight. So
Oh,
Possible that Ballista is Elsie having visited St. Margaret's?
no. Hey Donald, click Ballista and share it, and I'll put that up for the 3 people who view these recordings.
Awesome.
All right.
That is Ballista Wide Feed, the local hermit. And that's what she thinks of you. So there you go.
awesome.
And she's dressed just like that. She's got a hoodie and a flannel shirt, and she's kind of leathery and wrinkled and tough and tanned. And as you guys walk up at around 5, and keeping in mind daylight will last several more hours, at least, she's chopping wood. And as you're walking up, she's got her axe and she's got pieces of wood. She puts it up on a tree stump and she ka-chunk. And unerring is the word that springs to mind. She never misses. She never has to hit a piece of wood twice. It's ka-chunk, and she splits it. She's an expert. And off to the one side is an enormous pile of split firewood. And she chops it, and she puts down the axe, and she picks up the wood, and she puts it in the pile. She gets another piece of unchopped wood, puts it on her tree stump, gets her axe, ka-chunk, does that, puts that over, takes a sip out of a kind of a dirty, gray, grimy bottle about this big with like a loop of glass, and it goes up a little bit. It's all grimy and kind of, she drinks out of that, puts that down, ka-chunk, chops another piece of wood. So that's what's happening when you guys walk up. What do you do?
Since we don't want to start over.
I assume Connie is going to turn on the charm.
Yes, of course. I'm just, hello. That is quite a stack of wood.
Oh, really?
I'm acting as her arm candy.
Hey, Connie, why don't you make let's see. Ballista is kind of notoriously, oh, damn it. I did upload it.
Oh.
Son of a gun. Oh, no, that's the thing I uploaded to you guys. Never mind. I'm good. So, reassurance. Connie, make a
Yes.
roll, please.
I
And
will.
this is an important roll.
I will put. I have a 2 in reassurance. I think I will go ahead and put 2 in if this is important.
It is. I'll tell you that right
And
up
which
front.
is a good thing because I rolled a 3, which makes it a 5.
She's rolled a 5. That's awesome. You roll up. You walk up, and she's holding her axe, and she's just split some wood. She's like, "So you guys," she like gives you the evil eye a little bit. She's like, well, you're not here to help me, are ya? Because I don't need help. I don't need anybody's help.
I wouldn't dream of helping you then.
Oh,
You seem very capable, seeing as how tall that stack of wood is.
She looks over at the wood. So for you, she goes, all right, yeah. All right, come on up then, you and your friends. Hey, want some liquor? She holds up a bottle. It's about half full of clear liquid.
Sure, thank you.
I've got to chop this wood, you see. She, ka-chunk.
Gotta stay hydrated. Take a very small sip.
Let's see. Chemistry. Connie does not have chemistry. However, you take a sip, your whole mouth goes dry. Smooth.
Oh, and it's been sitting in the sun too, hasn't it?
Oh, it's warm. Which is odd because no, it's not. It's not. I don't want to do that. It's not warm. It's actually quite chilly where you are, like around 50 degrees.
Okay.
So it's like jacket weather.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, anybody wearing a jacket?
Oh yeah, I have. Very minutes.
Yeah, since we stopped by the motorhome, probably.
I wouldn't have even left if there was snow coming down. I would have found a jacket.
Let's see.
Blanket.
Dusty, with it. We're gonna say, for sake of argument, that geology also covers meteorology.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty cannot help but have noticed how unusually cold it is for this elevation at this time of year at this place. So, totally reasonable. Dusty says, hey, if we're going up in the mountains, we should really take a jacket.
Yeah, we should take cold weather clothes.
There you go. Totally reasonable.
It is really abnormally cold for the latitude, altitude, everything.
Science. Okay, great. Well, unless you do something other than hang around, she will
Continue chopping wood.
rotate the bottle of moonshine, take a swig every 2 or 3 pieces of wood she chops, and otherwise not really talk much. So what do you guys do?
Let's see. Well,
She seems really focused on what she's doing.
yeah. She's probably not going to answer questions.
Oh, question. Who drinks from the bottle? Just curious. Not that there's anything sinister going on, just wondering.
I'll give it a miss.
That wasn't offered to me. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it gets passed around.
Ah.
Idiara. Just think of it as mountain sake.
Sure. In that case, absolutely.
It is. Hideyori, with his chemical background, knows this is at least 70% pure alcohol. This is.
Papa makes it herself.
Well, if she
Okay,
doesn't,
but
somebody does.
He doesn't notice that it's wood alcohol.
It's not wood alcohol. You're not gonna go blind. I'm not gonna make you go blind. That'd be stupid. But it's moonshine. It's 140 proof. So there you go.
Nice.
Sounds good. I'll have a swig.
Yeah. What do you guys do? She's just gonna chop wood for the next 3 hours unless you do something.
Well, apparently we're supposed to be asking questions and looking out for the reporters, so I'll use my people skills to see if I can get any answers from her.
Let's see what kind of people skills DJ has got.
Oh, let's see. Reassurance.
Reassurance is actually very useful with her because her default position is suspicion and hostility.
Right.
Because I burned through all my reassurance points with her. So yeah, somebody else needs to be reassured.
No, she clearly reacted in a positive fashion to Connie, so you're a little bit ahead. You heard in town that she had attacked a postman. So recently.
But clearly,
it's like, what are you doing with my post office box? That's my mailbox. You don't mess with that. It's like, but I'm the postman. I'm putting mail. No, you get away from my mailbox. And she like hit him with a brick or something. That's one of the things you heard while you were in town.
Luckily, I've got a reassurance of 2 as well, so I will do the polite thing and drink her liquor and.
Drinking her liquor definitely puts you in her better favor. So, do you actually ask her anything, DJ or anybody?
Yeah, see what you can tell us about the goings on with the missing reporter.
I don't know nothing about that. Nope. She definitely never came up there. She definitely never came up here asking questions about what I was doing or why. And I know nothing about that.
Well, that's not really the mystery here.
Oh, shit. Excuse me. Man, I hate this. Rob Edwards, an old friend of mine, just is calling. You guys mind? Hang on a second.
Go ahead. Tell him I said hi.
Hey, Rob. Hello. What's up? I'm doing great. Kind of in the middle of something, but I'm really happy to hear from you. What's going on? Did I miss your brother's thing? Oh, well, so I definitely missed it then. Oh, well, I didn't miss it after all then. Okay. This coming weekend? Unfortunately, we already have plans down in Tidewater this weekend. Otherwise, I totally would. I really would. Oh, 4th of July, definitely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. No. Oh, I did see that. You're engaged. Congratulations. Rob's engaged.
Oh,
Yes.
congratulations.
Fantastic. Congratulations, says Lloyd. And Kieran.
Congratulations.
And
yes.
other people you don't know. No, we're doing an online game right now over Google Hangouts. I'm interrupting that to talk to you because I hadn't talked to you in so long. I was willing to interrupt that to talk to you. Okay, have a good night, Rob. Do let me know about the July 4th thing. Okay, have a good night, man. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook he got engaged.
Yeah, he's engaged. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That was totally rude to you, but I haven't talked to him in like weeks.
No, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, where are we at? She's chopping wood. You're asking questions. Oh, she says, yeah, I don't know anything about that reporter. She did not come up here asking questions, and I don't know anything about it.
Well, the missing reporter is not really the interesting thing. It's the fires.
Why do you want to know about that fires? She stops and looks at Dusty.
Because the tremors from the last one broke the drive shaft in our RV. Otherwise, we'd be on our way.
She like frowns at you a little bit. Kind of thinks about that. Huh. Okay. That makes sense. She chops some wood, puts it on the pile, takes a big swig, passes it to Hideyori.
Oh yeah, I'll take some more.
As the evening is wearing on, she's getting more and more drunk. If you're drinking her moonshine, you are too. But it's up to you whether you are or not.
Well, we still have distance to go, so I'm not gonna try to get that drunk.
In that case, I'm going to go get another bottle of cider.
Just enough to be polite.
Yes, just enough to be polite and obvious that we're sharing.
Yeah, she chops her, and she's, as far as fires go, you probably shouldn't be asking that sort of questions, or I probably shouldn't be answering that kind of questions. My friends, they don't really like questions. She puts the wood back in the pile, Gets another piece. Ka-chunk.
That's a also that's a shame. Yeah, we don't want to get you in any trouble with them.
No, me either. Neither. No. And they know things. They know all kinds of things. Way more than those people up at the University Outreach know about things. I haven't had a bad crop since they came around. I can't say that about the whole University Outreach thing. No, they don't know anything. My friends, they know. They know. Puts a piece of wood up. Ka-chunk. Looks for the bottle of wind moonshine. Gets it from whoever. Swigs out. Passes it to the next person. Ka-chunk.
What kind of crops do you grow around here?
Oh, variety of stuff. Cabbage, corn, soybeans.
Sounds good.
What's that other one? The grain.
Wheat?
Sorghum.
Sorghum. Yeah.
You know, sorghum's like the third biggest crop of grain in the whole USA. You never hear about it because people don't eat it.
I know.
Animals eat it. Sorghum.
But
bet.
we have lots of animals that need it.
Oh, yeah.
Little cash crop.
Thunk. You know, that reporter, I feel terrible about that. But I warned her, you know. Some girls, they don't listen. You know, it's a whole women's liberty thing. They just don't listen. Not that I'm against feminism.
To you say.
What
wasn't she listening to?
Oh, mind her own business. That's what she ought to listen to. Told her, tried to tell her.
What did you tell her?
To mind her own damn business. Well, she came up here, well, kind of like you folks. Asking questions about the fires and the earthquakes and...
But now that we know, we know to mind our own business.
Do you?
We're going to try to, hopefully.
Well,
Have you
I hope you
seen
do.
anything
I hope you do.
Sky?
What do you mean?
Like a UFO shooting laser beams at the mountain.
It's not like that. They don't come in UFOs. They don't need UFOs. They just come down. Ka-chunk. Throw some wood over. Of course, I think it's going to change once their friend comes. The big one. They don't call him that. They call him something else. But I get the impression it's something big. And but they help me, so I'm helping them. And that's what being neighborly is all about. Oh, don't you know? I don't really do a central north accent very well. It's sort of like all, oh, don't you know? You know, I wind up sounding Norwegian.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, that's actually like Minnesota. That's the other end of Montana.
Go.
In any case, she does not sound southern. She sounds northern. I just can't do it.
Yeah, no. Between Minnesota and Idaho, you've got the U.S.'s longest state. So.
Anyway, but as long as you mind your own business, you'll be all right. Everybody be all right. She's like very wobbly at this point. She's been drinking moonshine all day. There's like this much left in the bottle. Do I have enough wood? That's probably not enough. She gets another piece. Shk-chunk. Splits it off. Ugh. Hey.
Now, I hate to say it this way, but are you building a big enough fire?
Actually, she looks at the lowering sun in the west. Actually, it's about time to start carrying the fire to the place. You people need to take off. We got serious stuff going on now. You need to move along now.
All right. Thank you for the hospitality. Very nice moonshine.
Well, it's nice to have visitors who aren't getting in my business.
That's
like
right.
normally they do. You would not believe the kind of meddlesome busybodies live down in Wallace. Those people, I swear. Not like my new friends. They don't ask impertinent questions. They help me out. I help them out, and that's what being neighbors. That's what neighborly business is about. So you head on down now. I gotta go take the wood. She goes gets a wheelbarrow and starts loading it up with chopped up wood. Hello, kitty. So
Yep. Head out of her sight for a bit, at least.
what do you guys do?
I'm gonna head away from the house. At least far enough we can talk.
Yeah.
Okay. You're away from the house, down the hill a bit. You think you're out of hearing range. You can't hear her, so that's something.
And that wood going into the barrel is gonna make noise. Yeah.
Into the wheelbarrow. Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. You hear ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk as she's loading up through a barrel. And then you can't hear it anymore. You're a good quarter mile away.
What you gonna bet? She's the one starting the fires. Or helping them.
But how would she stop the fire so abruptly as well?
She's got a huge pile of wood she's carrying over somewhere.
Yeah, but starting is one thing, stopping is a lot harder. How would she do that?
That's a good question. That is the main question. So, what do you guys want to do next?
All right, what other options do we have here?
Follow, leave. That's pretty much it. Break into the house if she leaves.
I don't mean with her. I mean, what other clues can we pursue here?
Yeah. Well, it is starting to get dark, so we probably should head back. Unless we're gonna
It
follow.
won't actually be dark for like 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
It'll get cold fast.
Yeah, but 2 miles down and then into town, it gets dark quick
Yes.
in the mountains. We're probably going to be walking back into town in the dark if we don't head back now. So,
All right.
throw that out there.
Yeah.
Up
I
to
said
you.
let's head back so we're not heading back in the dark because it's just a skinny little trail. And then maybe go get some food, go with this moonshine, and talk to townsmen a bit more, maybe.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, we will head back.
You head down the trail. By the time you get to the service station, which is like the first building really on your trip back, the sun's going below the horizon and it's getting actually dark.
Sun goes below the horizon of the mountains, it gets dark.
Yeah. Cold.
Pretty much. Then what do you do?
Back to the 1313 Club or someplace else for dinner?
Sounds like a plan.
Back to the club, yeah.
All right. You go back there. There's people. There's people eating. You walk in.
Let's see what Hideori after dinner. Let's see what Hideori does with the Oasis.
With the what?
The Oasis. It's the 1800s brothel that operated until 1983.
All right. You guys have dinner. What do you do?
All right. have dinner. Try to talk a bit more with the locals. This place seems really popular.
The gist of
What?
what you get is
Can
people
we
talking
watch the
about
mountain for a fire tonight?
it
Huh?
doesn't happen every night.
Mm.
I know. I'm watching for one tonight.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just because she was carrying wood.
yes, she was.
Yeah.
So, is that the plan? Is just to hang out and look
Had
for a
to carry
fire, or what?
Yeah. Well, she had to carry a whole bunch of wood to somewhere other than where she was splitting it.
That's true.
This tells me that she is going to be using a whole lot of wood somewhere other than her place.
That makes sense.
So I'm watching to see if there's a fire.
Well,
Although it's mountainy enough, you might not be able to see it.
depends
Yeah,
on
the other side of the ridge.
as it happens. Okay, you have several hours between now
I
or
just-
between when you get back to town and discovering that? There are several hours. Do you investigate or ask
Yeah,
any questions?
I keep this open so that when it comes up, it pops up. Not and
Well,
everybody.
it will pop up. I'm just wondering
Yeah.
what you do till then.
Get
Okay.
food, go talk around.
Yeah, dinner at the Oasis or dinner at the 1313.
Yeah.
See what else this town has in store.
There's not much. You run into Grumbly. Sorry, did I say his name right?
Yes, you did.
Cumbly Gritness. Run into him again. He's a little less intoxicated this time. He sees you guys. He's like, "Oh, hey, you're back. So, do you find anything? Do you find her? No, I guess if you found her, you'd let me know. Well, that's all right. I didn't expect you to anyway.
It's only the first night. We're here for the weekend, haven't you heard?
No, actually, I hadn't heard that.
Oh, yes, we're here for the weekend.
So you're here for the whole Mothman thing.
No,
You know,
we're here
Elsie thought that tied into the whole fires and the earthquakes, but she didn't know how. But she thought it did.
No, we're here until we get a new drive shaft for our truck.
Oh,
It just happens to coincide.
well, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just out of curiosity, what whole Mothman thing are you talking about? Is there a big celebration or something?
Well, he's been showing up for about a year, and the town, you might not know it from this bustling metropolis you see before you, but the town is kind of struggling. Now, I've been here since 46, and when I was your age, this town had almost twice as many people living here. Now, I bet it's barely 2,000. Oh, wait, it is. They just did a census. 2,000 and something. And I bet when you're my age, I'd be surprised if it was 1,000. Maybe not even that.
Mhm.
Wallace is dying. Wallace, as a town, is dying. The silver mines aren't keeping it alive. The interstate's not keeping it alive. It's part of the past. As are we all. Skull.
So, my friend, all things with form eventually find their end.
Yeah. See, that's what I liked about Elsie. She was a forward thinker. She didn't look at the past. She looked at the future. I wish she'd been a man. I would have hired her as a reporter. Oh well. I hope you find her.
Well, you know,
if
in
you're
the big
here long
city,
enough.
they have women reporters these days.
What? No. You're pulling my leg.
Famous ones. Big famous ones.
Real?
Actually-
Oh, no. Not real reporters. We're talking like fashion and
Like the
who got married and that sort of thing.
like the Washington Post crime beat.
You'd have to convince me.
Hmm. Well, when we get back that way, we'll mail you a copy.
Do that. You do that. And if Elsie shows up, I'll share it with her. And I tell you what. You do that. You show me a woman reporter on a Washington, D.C. crime beat. I will hire Elsie as an actual reporter on the spot if she's still alive.
All right, deal.
And
Oh yeah, because well, does the sun count?
what do you mean about the sun?
I'm trying to remember if the Post actually had a woman as a crime beat or not. I think it was the Sun, the Washington Sun.
Do you have journalism as a skill?
No,
You have no
No.
idea.
no, I was just BSing. No, this is me as a person thinking back to
Well,
reading.
Dusty has no idea. He's just blowing smoke. You know, I don't think Ballista would have heard Elsie. I think she must have fallen in like a canyon or off a cliff or something.
Yeah.
But I told her not to go up there in the mountains. But you could never tell Elsie anything. She always knew better. Wouldn't listen to a man. Had to go off and do her own thing. Like all these young women nowadays, with their burning their bras and wanting to vote.
Getting
Yeah, I
degrees in
know they can vote.
theology.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
Oh. Well, we'll start over again. It's not like we're stuck here waiting anyways.
with your
With the broken down car. Van.
car, yeah. All right. Well, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. He staggers away. He's all pissed.
He's only slightly less drunk.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you guys do?
Huh?
It's 9 o'clock in
Two.
Wallace, Idaho.
Oh, I have an 8 in oral history and I'm in a bar.
What you pick up from the townsfolk, well, it's like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
Some people think the Mothman sightings are a warning of some future catastrophe, like it did in West Virginia. Some people think it's actually kind of a retroactive catastrophe warning about the silver mine. So there's that.
Yeah.
You don't see Half Jurgle or Tenny Mope around, which are the guys you saw earlier. They're
I'm
gone.
surprised about half. He was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, Half didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. Tenny Mope, you don't see him around.
He just got a big wad of cash.
Yeah, he's gonna find something to do with that. So, somebody comes in and
That's it.
says the fires are up again, and 2 or 3 people get up and walk outside.
Walk outside.
Okay.
By the way, it's not going to be hard. Catherine Graham was the publisher of the Washington Post in 1973.
Okay. But you have to prove it to Cumbly Gritness.
We'll send him a copy.
Ow. I think I sprained my wrist earlier. It really hurts.
If this woman is still alive, she will be a full reporter.
Okay, walk outside. Up in the mountains, you see like what must be a huge bonfire. It's enormous. It's bright, and it's blue. Up in the mountains.
It's blue.
Blue. But it clearly looks like a bonfire, and it's blue, and it looks like it's a couple of miles. What?
How far away are we talking?
4 miles.
Hmm.
It's up in the mountains.
You made good time with that wood. If she used, if
All
that
right,
was.
well, let's go check it out. It's at least something. So,
4
In the dark?
miles in the dark, in the mountains.
In the dark, on foot.
I got a flashlight. Sure.
I got flashlights. I got a torch.
Not wise, but why not?
Yeah, really.
Is that the consensus? You're gonna go off into the mountains at night, on
not-
foot, looking for this fire. Is that? I just want to make sure I understand.
I don't know. Does anybody come up with a better idea?
I know a better idea, although
What would it be? Wait till morning and try to find it? Everybody else is going to be doing that.
yeah, no, we should try to catch him right now. You're right, we should. We really ought to.
Okay.
Well-
You head up into the woods. Let's see. What's
All right. Well,
that?
if you think it's a bad idea, then we can wait until morning.
I have outdoor, and yeah, I would know whether or not it would. Or I have outdoorsman. I would probably know very much if it was a bad idea, and I personally think it's a bad
Make an outdoorsman roll, Connie.
idea.
You
All
can
right.
spend a point. You have it
I
at
have
1.
one.
Oh, anybody who has outdoorsman, make a roll, and if you want to spend 1 or more points, you
I have
may.
one.
Let me know what you
Alright.
get.
I rolled a 1. I only have a 1, so
Does anybody else want to?
Okay, I wanna check my stat before I commit points. If I have a 4, I'm going to spend more than if I have a 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dusty, outdoorsman, 1.
Outdoorsman 1. Okay, I have 1 shot.
You do.
yeah.
I spend it and roll a 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
At
That's
least I
hilarious.
didn't totally bosh it.
You know, I'm actually kind of. Let's step aside out of the game for a moment. I'm actually kind of surprised that Dusty only has a 1 in outdoorsman, considering he spent 6 months with the Membezi,
Yes,
learning
yes.
all kinds of crazy outdoorsman stuff.
I'm only gave myself a 1 because I do digs and stuff.
I was shocked myself. I thought I had closer to a 4.
Well, if you wanted to modify that, this would be an opportune time to remember, oh, as a matter of fact, when I was with the Membezi tribe, they taught me all about traversing mountaintops in the dark.
Yeah.
If you want to. You don't have to. I'm not telling you have to.
No, I am definitely doing this.
Hi, Beth.
It's
see
back.
Beth.
Very important. I need to reach.
Matter of fact, I'm surprised it's not one of my occupationals because I mentioned it in my character background.
You've mentioned it several times.
Yeah.
If you want to make it
Well, no,
occupational,
also-
you can.
Also, one of his private schools was a place in the Utah mountains.
Now, you
Was it
only
the-
have
Utah
one
Mountain?
occupational skill left. So consider carefully if you want that to be outdoorsman.
I know.
Do ya? Do you? If you do, that doubles whatever you put into it, though.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Is for 1 extra point, I could have it go from 1 to 4 if I used my occupational.
Up to you, man, but act now. Operators are standing by.
You know what? It's occupational, and I have a 4 in it, and the reason is that it is mentioned in my background and in my bio, and therefore it has to be an occupational because I entered the game with it. So, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
Roll some dice.
Okay. I roll a 5.
Zowie. Awesome. Connie, who rolled a 1 and spent a 1, so it gets 2. Oh, you there, Kieran?
Sorry. Coming.
No
I'm here.
worries. No worries. No hurry.
I needed a drink.
Oh, I totally get that. Okay, you are positive you could make it from here to Ballista Widefeed's cabin, which is about 2 miles. You're totally positive you could do that, even in the dark, because you've been there once. However, to get from there to where these fires are, you're not so sure. And the danger of doing that in the dark is you could step off of a cliff and then die, which would put an end to your career as an archaeologist.
Even with me carrying a flashlight, that's not good enough to go in.
Yeah.
It would be very risky, in your opinion, if you're outdoorsman of 1. However, Dusty, who spent 6 months with the Nambezi, is like, oh, not a problem.
Yes. I go off knowing I'm going to walk off a cliff. Wait, what?
All right, then. So Dusty assures all of you that he's more than capable of navigating across the mountaintop in the dark from Ballista Widefeeds to these fires.
A strange mountaintop in the dark.
Yes.
With a Mothman at Wild.
Apparently.
Yeah. Where at least one local has met their end, apparently. Because this is safe. You know what? You know what it isn't, though, is boring. So let's do this.
Okay.
Ooh, dessert. I ought to get some gingerbread for dessert. I'm sorry, I just saw Kieran eating ice cream. And I thought what I really want is a piece of gingerbread warmed up with some French vanilla ice cream on it.
That does sound good.
I happen to have the stuff for this.
Okay. What's a good estimate for how long it takes to hike 4 miles?
Mm.
Hey, pussycat.
In pitch darkness?
Yeah,
quite a while.
couple hours?
Yeah, because I can do 2 miles and 45 on hilly terrain.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 to 4 miles an hour, but that's like on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Aw, scritch the kitty.
Going to bed, sweetie. Sweet dream. They all say good night to you. So, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so at least 2 hours because I'm on rocky terrain. Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably talking hour and a half on sidewalks. You know, hour.
Let's say 2 hours. So 2 hours later,
yeah,
and about 20 minutes before you actually get there, you can kind of see the fire ahead of you as you're coming up on it. You can also see
man-made
figures moving around, figures plural, moving around the fire as you approach. Knowing that, what's your plan?
Stealth.
I have a unique plan. First, you sneak up on these guys, and you catch them. Sorry, that's about Dusty's best right now.
Dusty had too much moonshine.
What's plan?
I'm thinking not being seen.
I can almost hear what Lloyd said.
Sorry.
I said sneak up on them.
Yes.
Oh.
Sneak up.
Yeah.
Well, sneaking's a good idea. I like that idea. Stealth. Hey, everybody, make a stealth roll and tell me what you get. Well, actually, just tell me if you get 4, because you need 4.
Okay, this dice is broken. That's like the
Duh.
third time in a row I rolled a 1.
Oh, that sucks. That means Connie's gonna die. Oh well.
Well, it was good knowing you.
I'm gonna go get real dice. Seriously, I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep rolling 1s on this software and 6s. That's all I seem to be rolling right now. I think this software's broken.
Really? Is that what you think? Okay.
Do you really want me to roll software? Use software that keeps giving me 1s and 6s? I'm gonna go get dice. Where did I put it?
Here we go. Weapon, weapon, weapon. Oh,
Okay. She's going to get dice.
apparently.
Okay.
No, my shell's right over here.
I'm gonna make dessert real quick.
As you approach the fire in the distance, as you're creeping forward on a path between Ballista Widefeed's shack and where the fire is, you encounter this critter. I will share this with you, because this is what you see in your flashlights as you aim the flashlights at it. So if Donald comes back, actually, Craig, would you mind sharing that?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Wait.
Wow. Hey.
How do I do? How do I share it?
Click it, and then somewhere there's a share my screen deal.
So you know how on the left side of the screen, if you mouse over the edge, it pulls up a list of things. The green one with an arrow pointing to the right, that's your share button.
Oh, so it is.
Screen share.
There you go. So click that,
And you click on that,
do
and it
screen
pops.
share.
Yeah,
And-
I think
and you
I
pick
got the
it-
same. I got the same black.
Oh, that is so weird. Ow!
What the hell, man?
Lloyd, do you have it?
Hang on.
Maybe it's because.
Do you get little black boxes instead of screens?
Yes.
What the hell,
That-
man?
Weird.
Well, let me see if I can bring this thing up somewhere else.
That's. Okay, so it's not just me.
That's really strange.
Yeah.
I can share anything
That
else, any
is-
other screen.
Why?
I was perfectly willing to believe it was just me,
I was too, frankly.
but now I can't.
I thought, this must be a problem with Karen. Yeah.
Even if I pull the tab out of the Chrome window and made it its own window, I still can't share it. It's still black.
Yeah, I've already tried that because that's what I usually do. It's easier.
Huh. Let me try putting it in Firefox.
Okay.
How about that?
Hey, there you go.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
This drifts down out of the sky in front of you. And it's holding what kind of looks like a piece of driftwood, except it's. Oh, wait. Now it's like some pretty background picture. Anyway, so it's holding what looks like a piece of driftwood, except it's shiny and metallic. And it lands in front of you. And kind of a fog comes out of the silvery piece of driftwood as it aims toward who would be in the front. Well, I think it would be Dusty, because he's the one who knows where he's going. So, Dusty's hit threshold is 4, yeah? That's what I thought. So I'm going to roll a die, and then we're going to see what we see. Roll. Ho, it's 4. Dun dun dun. Oh my goodness. Good heavens.
Sorry, Dusty.
Well, you know, it's not just Dusty. Dusty and anybody behind Dusty takes 4 health as the temperature around you drops to sub-zero in the space of a few seconds as a fog or a mist, let's call it a mist comes from the silvery weapon held by this thing, and it comes around you, and it seems to have the mist seems to fill a very defined space. It's like it's almost like a D&D template. Like, this is the shape of the spell. It's exactly this many meters sideways and this many meters long, and it's a cylinder. It's like that. It's extremely defined. There's an edge, and just past that edge, there's no mist. However, you're all in the mist, and you take 4 points of health. Owie, owie, owie.
Ow.
Question. Those of
Yeah.
us who took damage from previous adventures went to the hospital. Did we get any of that?
We're
back?
going to say you've healed up from being
Okay.
treated by the hospital.
Oh, good.
You're up to full as far as health
No.
goes.
We've healed up from the hospital.
Yeah. You visited an actual hospital with an actual doctor who prescribed actual medicine. So, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
DJ has like a scar from where he got shot, but he'll be fine. Might have like a, little boo-boo there, but he's fine.
What you doing?
So,
So,
here's the
that
question.
happens.
Is it dessert if you forgot to eat dinner?
What?
Still dessert if you forgot to eat dinner.
So, this thing uses his mist gun. What do you do? Let's start from the left. Craig, Hideori, what's he do? Actually, we should start from who's closest. Dusty. Dusty's closest. What do you do?
So he shot a fog, a cold fog at
Well, like a mist, but yeah. And it is freaking cold. It is like really, really cold.
And how far away is he?
That's an excellent question. Let's see. 21 feet. Your flashlight is, well, frozen now.
Yeah, that's
But before it fired its thing, your flashlight illuminated it clearly as it kind of like flapped and drifted
right.
down from the sky in front of you.
pretty close. I ought to be able to like run forward out of the cone of its gun,
You ought to.
assuming it works like that.
Yeah, you ought to.
Let's try that.
Make an athletics test. Roll athletics. Do you have athletics?
I have an athletics of 8.
Good lord, man. Alright, well,
He has all
roll
the athletics.
something. He has all of the athletics.
And I rolled a
Exactly.
5 for a total of 13.
You run forward. I'm going to assume at this point everybody's got a flashlight, so when he runs forward, it doesn't plunge the rest of you into bitterly cold darkness. So you have your own flashlights.
No, it
So-
plunges them into the bitterly cold light.
I have a flashlight. Yeah.
Dusty runs forward. What are you doing, Dusty?
I'm running forward out of the cone of the cold.
It's
I'm
actually
assuming-
a cylinder.
With cylinders. Like, either way, I can run out of it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Yeah.
do. But you might expect it to be like a cone because I'm spraying you with something. No, actually, the mist comes out of the thing, goes forward, and forms into a perfect cylinder which has flat, circular ends just in front of you and behind whoever's at the back. So that is distinctly unnatural.
Okay. Cool. Because that sets me up for charging this guy.
You definitely run out of it though. Who's behind Dusty? Raise your hand. First person to raise your hand. Who's behind Dusty? Craig. Craig raised his hand first. Sorry, Lloyd. Hideyori, what do you do?
I'm gonna roll out of the cylinder to the side. Look, and look for something like a branch, something to attack this creature with. I'm not gonna have any other weapon.
Make an athletics roll.
Worse. I'll add 2. 7.
Zowie. That is. Wait. Wow.
5,
Okay.
5 plus 2. I spent 2.
You roll to the side. You're groping around for a weapon.
Or a branch or something, log or I don't know something. I had bad luck when I'm attacked things with my hands, so I need a weapon of some sort.
Okay.
I'm thinking when we get to Seattle, I'm gonna try to get some proper karate weapons like sai or nunchucks or something.
You reach out and you grab a elongated triangular piece of stone that is just like sitting there, and you heave it up, and it's like a good 5-pound piece of.
Works for me.
In profile, it looks kind of like a carpenter's square, or it's got like a point and it's long and it's pointy, and then sideways it's like very thin. So it's like a very thin, pointy piece of rock.
So possibly not natural.
No, it's totally natural. It's just laying there.
Yeah. Okay.
You're in the mountains. There's like rocks everywhere. It's like festooned with rocks.
A rock just happened to break a certain way.
It's just lucky you. You rolled a 7. You found a good rock.
Okay.
He's a darn good rock.
Okay, Lloyd, your raised
Yep.
hand was just behind Hideyori's. What are you doing?
Okay. Step out of the mist and shoot the thing.
Make an athletics roll.
All right. Do I have athletics?
I don't
Yes,
know.
I do.
Do you?
I do. Yep. I'll add 1, which is good because I rolled a 3.
Awesome. Okay,
So plus
you-
1.
you sidestep a bit, climb. You're in a path to this place, and it's all rocky and jagged on either side, and then, but you step like up like a steep embankment a bit out of, and it's literally like a sharp edge. There's mist, and it's like -70 degrees to like 40 degrees, which is cold, but when you get into it from a -70, it feels like, oh, so warm. So there you go. And you already have a weapon in hand, so you try to shoot at this creature.
Yes.
I will allow this. So make your firearms roll.
1. And I rolled a 6, so that's a 7.
Zowie. Okay. That totally hit it. What's the damage on that?
It's a 38 caliber revolver. So I don't
Okay.
remember what you said the damage.
I think
It's a regular pistol.
3. Okay. I need to make a note of something. Hang on a second. I'm going to put this
Oh, Lloyd.
there. Okay.
I did find a place in New York in the late 30s that made speed loaders for the Webley 380-200, and just by random chance, they fit the K-frame Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ones you're talking about are the ones I made out. They're like a big round thing of sheet metal.
Yeah, no, I found some on eBay. They're these beautifully machined aluminum blocks.
Damage.
They're gorgeous.
Damage. Okay. It's +1 damage.
Okay.
Plus
The-
1. What?
But the British
don't
company
know.
commissioned them from the company in New York, which is why I thought the Webleys had the speed loaders, but the Smiths didn't. But it turns out a K-frame will fit.
Oh, here we go. Alrighty. Firearms. No, that's not how that works.
No.
Damage? No. Oh, freaking frack. I just want to know how much damage a gun does. How hard should that be?
In a noir system, I know, right?
It says +1. Plus what +1? Oh, for freaking,
It kind of should be a set amount, wouldn't it?
you would think, but yeah. Now I'm scrolling through like a million different monsters who all have modifiers to whatever the base is. What is the base? I don't know. Okay, hang on. Let me see. Maybe this is like a table. 30 computer frames, clues, tests, contests, recovery, recovering stability. There's like damage, like shooting shit and hurting it. Seriously? Technology, weapons, and equipment. Let me do this. Maybe this is top.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to, cause all these problems by shooting the thing.
It's not you. Shots, cost. No, that's +1 damage. Okay. Tests. We have like skills, tries, abilities. Firearms. That's general. Maybe it'll say under that. Firearms. Spend 2 points, 5 or higher,
Yes,
1.
Lloyd, as you can see, they're actually beautifully machined little pieces.
Frickin' frack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're well, typical of British, Victorian over-engineering. So.
Well, no. This was made in the 1930s in New York for the Webley. As a British, the Brits bought them, but they were actually made in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and they fit the Smith K frame. So anyway, that's when I couldn't remember what gun it was that had speed loaders as far back as World War II, and I thought it was the Webley.
The Model 1917s, both the Smith & Wesson and the Colt used what they called half-moon clips too, which were actually faster than speed loaders.
Yeah, and most of the half-moon clips ended up getting used to adapt ACPs to long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But
I'm
anyway,
going to make an executive decision.
how much damage does a gun do?
Okay.
I haven't found how much you actually fucking do with a gun. But whatever it is, it's +1. So, blam!
I think it's a die roll +1.
Do you think? Oh my god! You're right. I remember finding it before. Hey, Lloyd, roll a d6. Thank you. Literally, it's not under firearms and it's not under the gun description. Where is it? I remember seeing it. D6. Roll
I
a
think
d6.
the people who made
please.
Slay Industries also made this book.
Probably in the combat section.
Wait, what?
3 + 1, 4.
4. Awesome. Blammo. Yeah, awesome. That's great. So
If I could find the search feature on this latest version of Adobe Acrobat, I could find it, but I can't find the search feature.
Oh, fun.
That's why I changed over to using Nitro.
Control F.
And technology.
Yeah, Control F usually brings up a search.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, fine. It just wasn't.
Blammo.
It wasn't an icon for it. It was. Yeah, I was looking for the little magnifying glass. They didn't have one.
Ah,
Okay.
I know most of the keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah, how dare they request that you know keyboard shortcuts?
Yeah, it's all I could do for a living. Or
DJ fires at the thing. It twitches, but doesn't really seem to pay a lot of attention to it, which is unnerving. Let's see, who's next? Connie, who's apparently bringing up the back.
Yes. Get out of the cold and take Dakota with me.
Athletics roll?
Athletics roll. I'm using real dice this time.
And it's a 1.
Don't jinx it. That's my job.
Dang it! I rolled a 2. I don't have a 2. So 4.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you leap aside, and you're on a path on like the side of a ridge. So it goes up, and there's a path, and it goes down. So you leap down slightly, so you're kind of on a slope,
Yeah.
as is Dakota. Awesome. Okay, the thing, whatever it is, let's see. We got people down, got people up. Got a thing which used its primitive projectile weapon at me. It aims with a couple of its appendages. It aims its silvery driftwood-looking deal at DJ, and mist kind of comes out of it and starts to form into a cylindrical shape around you. What do you do?
Run away.
Athletics.
Nope, running.
Flee.
Yes, I am fleeing.
Okay. DJ's flee.
It's my best skill.
It's, it's 8. Wow, that's good. Make
Yeah,
a flee.
I had 2.
Make a flee roll. Need a
Oh,
4.
crap. And I rolled a 1. So +2 is 3.
You try to run away. It's a very
I'm not playing.
steep, crumbly, rocky. You trip, you fall. This cylinder of sub-zero cold that forms around you. 4 health gone.
Wow.
It is freaking cold. It is just crazy. However,
The
this
one
brings
time
us-
I try and use flame, it doesn't work.
well, who would know? You had to try. So, Dusty, we're going to go from front to back, other than Lloyd.
Yeah, nearest to farthest.
Yeah. Dusty, it aimed its weapon at DJ and hit him. DJ is covered in frost, but is not dead yet.
I call this good news and bad news.
Which
Bad
I
news
don't want to know which part's
Okay,
bad.
good news it didn't hit me.
Oh,
I'm closing in. I'm gonna scuffle with this thing. Maybe I
you can.
knock
You are
the-
totally close enough to scuffle.
Maybe I can do a slam thing and knock the silver piece of driftwood out of its appendages.
Give it a
Does
shot.
does it have thumbs?
Not thumbs as you know it.
Well, then it can't grip very strongly. So let's knock the weapon out of its hand.
It has like several little opposable things like this.
Okay.
Make a roll. Hit threshold 3.
Okay. Scuffling. I think I've got a 2 or a 3 in. Oh, come on, Great Suspender. I told you, never suspend this site. Why does it have to reload every time? Scuffling. I have a 3 in scuffling.
Wonderful.
This is disarming it, so I'm going to spend 2 of those to disarm it.
All right.
Good thing I rolled a 1, so I was spot on that.
Good heavens.
That 3.
Fortunately, the hit threshold hand to hand for this thing is 3. So you, using some special maneuver, pop the thing, this silvery driftwood looking deal, out of its
The
little,
very cool book slap.
yeah, out of its shrimp, lobster looking claw deals, and it totally drops it. Next to go, Craig Hideori.
So with this really cool looking rock, I'm going to attack this Mothman looking creature.
All right.
Smack it.
Hit threshold 3.
Aha! 6! Unmodified.
Zowie. You crack it down with the rock.
There's our martial artist.
The now that you're like really up close, you can see that its thorax is covered with kind of like a webby, gooey, sticky kind of a mesh. And as you hit it with the rock, the mesh like clumps up like right in front of the rock of the stone, and like kind of like blocks it a little bit. And then after you pull away, like it spreads out again, which is a little gross, but it acts kind of like an armor deal. You do think you heard it, but
Okay.
the gooey, webby stuff on its torso protected it some from the
Much
attack.
different.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you to roll damage?
Did not.
Roll a d6.
Okay. 2.
2?
2.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But hey, it's better than nothing. Let's go. Connie.
Unless the thing has 2 armor.
Connie, what are you doing?
Look for something to hit it with. Although I have
Second
no-
Dakota.
Yeah, sick it, Dakota. Keep looking.
Hit him with a husky.
Yes.
Dakota's not going to attack it. Arfin Grove.
It's just a man in a suit, I promise.
So what does Connie do?
Look for something to hit it with.
Well, there's rocks.
Okay. Find a rock.
There's rocks you can throw, and there's rocks that are bigger that you can like hit it with if you want.
I will attempt with the throwing.
Okay, pick up a rock, throw it. Roll d6.
Rolled a 6.
Zowie. Roll d6 for damage.
About time. I rolled a 1. What the hell?
The people who are right next to it can see that it's webby, gluey, sticky stuff on its torso, like clumps up, and the rock like hits it, that clump, and like there's like a, and the rock falls. However, that apparently is enough to convince it to go away, because it drifts up and its wings flap, and it floats up into the air. It flees, in other words.
DJ, any idea how to use this thing?
Go help DJ, because he got hurt. He got more hurt than anybody.
I am very cold.
He's very cool. He's got like
Yeah.
frost on his eyebrows.
And Dusty is handing you the weapon that did it, saying, "Do you think you can use this thing?"
I intend to find out.
Pull a blanket out of my backpack.
Where does the thing go when it flies off?
You know
Oh.
these. You know,
I mean, if you aim your flashlight, you can see it. It's right there. Look, there it is.
oh, it's floating up. It's just hovering up there.
Yeah, it seems to be struggling to fly, but it is flying. It's doing better than you. Can you fly? No. So, don't be so quick to criticize.
I don't know. A few more rounds with the 38, maybe it won't be flying.
Oh, yes. I agree. Shoot it.
On the other hand, it ought to learn the lesson of never use a weapon on someone you don't want using that same weapon against you.
Oh, Jesus. Man. I'm sorry. I, hurt my wrist earlier, and it really...
And you always end up forgetting and using it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so, Dusty, at the moment, is holding a twisted piece of driftwood, which is silver.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, what are you going to do?
Is the thing still in relatively close range? I'll take a shot at it.
Yeah, it's maybe 30 feet away. It's not flying very fast.
Okay, blast it
Blemo. Roll a.
with the 38, not with the silver driftwood thing.
Okay. You need a 4.
All right, add 1 to it. The 3 plus 1, 4.
Zowie. D6 for damage. Add 1.
3 plus 1, 4. However,
Good heavens. That's. Okay. You think you hit it. It
okay.
side. It seems to wobble in the air, and then struggles to fly higher. Get me away from these horrible primates. So, Dusty, what are you gonna do?
Can I tell which end of this thing is what?
You think you know which end was pointed at you.
Okay, I'm gonna point that end in his general direction and the other end away from all of my friends. And just, see what happens.
Let's see, what would that be?
Start looking for a switch or something. Just totally random. It's your choice whether it works or not. Don't even bother rolling. Just make a judgment call on if you want me to freeze this thing.
Make a roll. Roll d6. Tell me what you get.
A 4.
Are you making it up? Or did you really roll?
No, I really just rolled a 4.
Okay. You're poking and wiggling and squeezing and oh look, mist is coming out of it. And the mist snakes off toward that and then forms a perfect cylinder in the air. And the thing, its little fairy wings, ice up and get really brittle, and it just falls, and it hits the ground. Thunk.
Too bad.
Yep, that's what happens.
Okay, it learned its lesson. My job here is done.
Good heavens. Okay. During that, the only sounds were several loud gunshots.
Only. Yeah.
So, I would say the stealth thing is probably busted now.
Good thing.
Well, you have more ammo, right?
I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, I bought a bunch more.
Well, I think an element of stealth is pretty much out at this point.
Yes.
Just,
On the other hand, we have one of their cold guns.
You're not positive you could use it successfully again. You kind of lucked into it the first time.
Practice makes perfect.
What do you do? There's still the fire, which is still a good 50 yards ahead of you, and you still see shapes moving around the fire.
Like Mothman-looking shapes, or
Yeah, let's
They're just shapes, and the fire's blue.
How about we hide in the bushes until if someone's going to come investigate the 38?
That's probably a good idea, rather than running towards them.
well, I think hiding's a good idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? They might not even have noticed the 38. Who knows how drugged up and they are dancing around this fire? And they might not even know what a gunshot sounds like if they're aliens.
Oh, come on.
They might think that's like a natural part of what happens around here occasionally, which honestly, in the mountains of Idaho, it probably is.
I'm still gonna go run away and hide.
Yeah, hiding's good.
Okay, you hide. Great.
I want to see who comes.
A minute passes, 3 minutes pass, 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass.
Okay, we're back to sneaking in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, they heard the gunshot and thought it was a natural phenomenon because they rolled a 1. Well, apparently that's just a sound this planet makes sometimes. Yeah.
Dusty says, occasionally, if in that area, probably yes.
Yeah. In the mountains of Idaho, the occasional gunshot should probably be considered part of the wildlife sounds.
Okay.
This is the Donald. This is the hoppy variety you're talking about.
Yes.
It's actually quite
Oh.
good.
Yeah, you see what I
Kind
mean
of a
about that little bit of
tang to
sweetness?
it.
Hmm?
Has kind of a tang to it.
Yeah, a little bit more tang, a little bit more bitter on the front end, but it's got that heavy chewiness right at the end of the flavor.
Is
So-
Angry Orchard the one that's owned by Sam Adams?
I don't know.
I think I read that somewhere, maybe.
Walden, New York. I honestly have no idea. I saw it in the store and I thought, hey, that looks fun. Okay, so 5 minutes go by, you decide they are not going to investigate, and you do what?
Back to sneaking. But
Back
let's
to
maybe
sneaking.
send a scout this time.
Yeah, resume the sneaking.
Okay. Somebody roll a sneak. Just pick somebody.
We obviously made it past their sentry.
I rolled a
Well,
6.
that century. Holy cow. All right. DJ channels his spirit animal of the sneakiness and leads you guys up the trail, and you are literally like 20 feet from an enormous bonfire. Around the bonfire are at least a half a dozen of those things that are all kind of like making a buzzing sound that you kind of hear and you kind of feel and you kind of hear in your head. And off to the one side, you see Ballista, Widefeed, who's chopping the wood before, who's just kind of like sitting there on a tree stump, enthralled by it, but not actually doing anything. And in the middle, there's a big blue-white bonfire that's shooting up into the sky. And there's kind of like a heat, like that ripply sort of heat thing over the, what do you call that? Wavering in the air, like a shimmering, like the
Yeah.
stars behind it are kind of moving around.
Right, like a heat mirage.
Yes, like that. I don't know the word for it, but that's what you see.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I very quietly asked Connie if she's got any more dynamite.
With Semtex, actually.
Oh, sorry, Semtex.
And that needs a detonator.
I really got one of those.
And-
Sorry,
On
the
the flip
detonator.
side, if you can make this work, maybe you can put out the fire with cold.
Be a whole lot of cold.
Actually, now that you mention it, the temperature as you've approached the fire has dropped to like sub-zero levels. It's
The
like
cold fire.
negative, yes. It's like -10, -15 degrees where you are at the moment. And the closer you get to the fire, the colder it seems to get.
Well, that's unusual.
Fortunately, you've got, your parkas and gloves, so forth. But like the tip of your nose is starting to go numb, your lips are starting to go numb. When if you were to attempt to talk, because your lips are numb.
Hmm. Okay.
So there's that. What you gonna do? Who's in front? Dusty. Dusty's in front. What you gonna do?
Move to where I'm not in risk of frostbite.
Yeah.
Which means back up.
Yeah. Like, I guess what, like 5-10 feet?
Yeah, it's astonishing just how rapidly it warms up once you start backing up.
Yeah. What do you guys make of this?
I think it's a signal of some sort. Like a beacon.
Yeah, or maybe it's they're trying to. That's their preferred temperature. Well, oh no, because that guy got
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So we have an endothermic burning of wood, and our chemist says, "Well, that's odd."
Of course it's odd. What does my vast chemistry knowledge tell me about this, Brandon?
This does not make sense.
Of course. I mean, but more specifically. Anything more specific?
Not at this time, no.
Okay.
System unresponsive.
Yes. The best education American college could give you is
This is weird. Science. Ah.
Okay. So, But on the plus side, they can't seem their own weapon seems to work against them. If you can make it work.
Yeah, but I think as cold as it is over by the fire, I'm not so sure. Maybe it was just because that one was wounded.
Or
Who
fly.
has, let's see, either occultism, occult, or Cthulhu Mythos. Anybody got those? Either one?
I have both.
Okay. Anybody who wants to roll either one of those can roll. Let me know if you get a 4.
Put 2 into it and got a 4.
Wow.
I rolled a 4, put 2 in it, got a 6.
Zowie.
Because I was putting 2 into it.
Dusty, Hideyori.
Who cares why?
I'll roll for occult because she rolled for Cthulhu, right?
Yep.
So
Either one.
6 modified. I'll pass spend 2 6 modified.
Okay. Anybody who rolls a 4 or more is aware that whatever these things are, they are doing something. And what they're doing is making this big blue fire, which would not normally be what you would expect from a pile of firewood, which is actually what is there. So,
Right.
if you were to interrupt whatever they're doing, it would stop the big blue fire,
Right.
which would probably prevent whatever it is they're trying to do.
Does there seem to
Whatever
be
it is.
a leader of this ritual?
So, that's what you get for that.
Does there seem to be a leader, some creature that's in charge of the ritual?
There does not appear to be, no. It's like they're in a circle around it, and they're all like making noises.
I think just killing one of them or more of them is not going to do much. How many of them are there? About
7.
Yeah, that's a lot. Are they all armed with those gold guns?
They don't appear to be.
Hmm.
They're not
That's
holding
as
them.
bad.
They're like focusing on the fire. They're all around the fire.
So someone mentioned dynamite or Semtex?
Semtex, actually.
Sadly, I don't think we have any. I think we used it all blowing up the hospital.
Well, you probably have some, but it's like you gotta put it somewhere and then like do the detonator deal and then like activate the detonator. It's like
It's really hard to make cold stuff cause explosions.
I don't know about that.
No, it's by stripping away all of the energy.
Ah,
The volatility of
Let's
whatever
see,
it is.
do they notice you? Because they're there, and they're buzzing and buzzing.
You know, if you freeze nitroglycerin into a solid block, you can hit it with a hammer and break it.
Is that right?
Mhm.
I'll have to try that sometime.
But if it's warm, you'll kill yourself.
Ooh, good safety tip.
pro tip.
What are you guys doing?
Uh,
Uh,
good question.
um,
I'm not armed.
Yeah, I've just got their cold rifle if anybody wants to take a try at it.
Ballista appears to notice you.
oh no.
and like makes like cow, 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 like that kind of gesture.
Maybe we should leave for now.
Yeah, no, let's just move to the other side of the fire from where Ballista is. Then she can't see us.
What do you do?
If that's possible. Are we gonna try to stop them, or what are we gonna do? We can't just keep
Yeah,
standing.
I'd like to, but there's a lot of them. We're kind of outnumbered.
Do we need to come back with the shotgun later, or just? Did anybody?
I don't think the shotgun's going to help. Trying to think of a way to set a fire.
Gee, I have preparedness. Do you think I might have matches or a flint and,
The
flint
light
and
fluid would be handy.
steel? Well, if I have a lighter, we could empty it and then use.
We have all that, sure.
Heat
Yeah, any
cold.
Boy Scout can start a fire with one match. All you need is some brown pine tags.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
but the cold you're dealing with is like extreme cold.
Yeah.
So just lighting a fire not gonna do a lot.
That's why he was asking about the lighter fluid, but
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of a bigger fire than just, a torch.
Yeah.
Okay, and if it's cold, then there is wind pushing out from it,
Sure, why not?
right? Because the cold would condense, and that would draw in the upper air and send it out along the ground.
Sure, why not?
Of course, this cold is totally disobeying the laws of physics, so why should that work as well? But
I don't know. So, what do you do? Because pretty soon they're gonna roll to see if their ceremony succeeds, and if it does, things will get considerably worse.
Okay.
okay, we need to either interrupt them or go away.
Yeah.
The only option is interrupt them then, because
And
going
we're
away is
here
not
for-
going to solve anything.
Nice.
So we basically either attack, take as many as we can, as fast as we can, or wasting our time.
Okay.
I'm all for attacking. I don't like the odds.
Yeah. Like I said, do they have any more of those silver sticks that we could see?
No, I said no.
The ones
Yeah.
you see don't seem to have the same thing that the one that attacked you was carrying, which Dusty is currently holding on to.
Well, maybe they can't fight us back. They'll just have to.
I think we're surrounded by just woods, right? Woods and rocks and stuff like that.
Not even woods, really, like scrub and rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're pretty far up.
You are pretty far up.
Trying to find a way to use terrain to our advantage. I was thinking an avalanche myself. but-
Avalanche. Yeah.
I actually really like that idea. I was actually considering that, but how we would set that up?
Exactly.
Maybe with explosives, if we had any.
Explosives would do that, sure.
Hey, Kai, do you have any explosives in that bag of yours?
And
Bag
you're
of
not
tricks?
exactly, you're on like it's like Sawtooth, right? You're on a peak, but it's not the highest peak. You
Right.
could back up a little bit, go up further higher, plant some Semtex. Sorry.
I love it.
Just
Blow the top of the mountain off.
blow the top of the mountain and then rocks. It's possible. That's what I'm saying. It's possible.
And then we just hope this isn't one of those peaks that could be a volcano.
What are the chances?
Hey, they're mining. Mining requires dynamite. It's
We
fine.
attack with surprise, and they're not paying attention to us. We can probably thin the odds, and maybe we'll be okay.
Also,
Oh my god, yes, there's a silver mine in operation.
that's a couple of miles from here, but yeah.
So do I have? So let's
That
see.
ought to be lots of explosives.
Yes, but that's several miles away from here. I don't know if we want to take that long.
If
Yeah,
Connie
good
if Connie
point.
spends a point in her preparedness, she reaches in her pack and pulls out a couple of bricks of Semtex. It's just a matter of you got to put it somewhere, and that takes time.
Yeah. I'll spend it because I tended, I was like, we don't need to use all this. Shunk.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
let's go throw stuff up.
Yeah, so we just turn it into hand grenade.
You
I
can't
can do
turn-
that. I've got 8 explosives. Can I do that?
you have 8 explosives? Oh, that's right. You were unconscious when Connie was doing the other
Exactly.
explosive thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've got a 4.
Oh, for
Right, the
frickin'
expert.
frack.
The only reason I had to do
Can
it.
if I think it's possible, I would like to do that.
So what's your goal here? Tell me what you want to accomplish.
I want to be able to
Stop whatever they're doing.
deliver the explosives without being in the area of it, but maybe probably to blow apart either the circle of ritualists or the fire itself. Like right into the middle to blow everything up.
I think going up higher and causing an avalanche might be a bit easier than
Okay,
trying to.
pick one.
It's gonna take a
I
lot.
don't know. I
That's
just
gonna
want to see
take a
all the
lot of time.
body parts.
Take a lot of time and be very
Yeah, I gotta back Craig.
Very
I gotta
very
back Craig on
chancy.
that one. I think the simplest plan is probably the best one.
Okay,
And what would be the simplest plan?
make
Blowing up the pyre and the ritual that the things are performing.
Which is what Hideyori is suggesting. So Hideyori, roll a d6. Tell me what you get. This is
Okay.
explosives. If you want to spend points, you
I'm
can.
gonna spend points. I'm gonna
This
spend.
points.
Of course, I'm gonna spend points. I'll spend 3.
Yeah, we'll take our chances with the
So that'll
explosive.
make a 6.
Well, as it happens, Hideyori just happens to have with him some widgets and wires and doodads that he can add to the stuff that Connie brought to plug into the Semtex. Oh, look, and there's an liquid light emitting diode, an LED watch that Hideyori's been tinkering with lately with his 8 explosives.
I also have 6 points in electrical repair, which could help in this endeavor.
There you go. So he's like, well, I could just like connect this to that and connect this to the detonator, toss it, and like 2 seconds later, boom.
Exactly.
It should work. On paper.
Before
Of course, you might want to run away as soon as you throw it.
yeah.
Yeah, who has the best throwing arm here?
Nummy.
I think I was reading that athletics has to do with throwing thrown weapons or grenades. Also,
I think
doesn't
so.
Yeah, I
it?
think that's
So I'm probably gonna be good at that too. So I'll make it and throw it when everyone's ready.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Make an athletics roll.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 3 again.
Oh my god.
5.
Good lord. Okay, you hotwire a digital
Maybe
watch
to the
and
center of the fire.
a Semtex detonator, and you have a brick about the size of a brick, and you hit the boop, and it goes deet, 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 5, 4, then you throw it,
And we all run.
and you guys run. Oh,
And
good heavens.
I'll grab Hideyori and flee.
All of our explosives.
Out of here.
Everybody make a flee roll, please.
No, actually, I no longer have fling. All I have is athletics.
That's
You
why
have
I
flee?
said I grabbed you.
At
How
all?
am I fling? No longer. I just put it down.
I rolled
Oh.
a 6. Woot.
6 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Zowie.
I have a 2. Let's spend them both because this sounds important.
4.
And I roll a 2, which gives me a 4.
Okay,
Brandon, it was my intention to grab Hideyori.
I heard you. I heard you say that. Yes. So,
I'm making sure the dog gets out.
oh, Jesus. You're crunching in my wrist.
Oh, go to the doctor.
You
Make
That's
an
not
appointment.
That looked at tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you should
Nah, I'm fine.
have. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it.
Dude, there's
It
so
really
many
does
times,
hurt.
and you're trying
You
to-
run away. You run away. You run away down the
away.
hill. You get maybe 20 feet. And then you are thrown forward down this little narrow wheelbarrow wide path. You're boom off your feet, thrown forward by the explosion behind you. The mountain destroying explosion behind you. Yeah, there's like a shockwave of bitter cold and then excruciatingly hot heat and then wind and then it sucks back, sucks backward and then you hear like this buzzing in the background which kind of drifts upward into the sky. Yeah, that's what you hear. And it's like dark and quiet.
Well, let's go back and investigate. See what it looks like now. We'll see what's left.
Yeah. Okay.
Does the blue light go out?
Anything
Oh
left?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hold on. Bodies of those creatures, or do they all leave?
Let's see. Wow. You go back once you like recover your senses. You go back to the little clearing where the bonfire was. The wood that was stacked up is scattered all around.
Yeah.
It's not on fire. It's completely dark. Nothing's lit at all. You find two. You don't see in this immediate area. You don't see Ballista Widefeed, the hermit lady. You don't see her. You do see two of those creature fungus lobster moth things. You see two of them dead, or you assume they're dead. They're on the ground. They're not moving.
Good. No, 2 out of 5.
What?
Two out of 7.
This is true.
Well, plus the other one, I guess.
You know what? How about we haul these back into town and see if the taxidermist wants a whack at it?
I don't know
Right
about
now
that.
is about as close as I ever intend to get to those.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Have fun, but I don't think so. I'm not touching those things.
No, I say, Constance, talk to them. Imagine the research that could be done.
I
You
don't
guys
think
have
I want to have to explain how we got them.
Okay, everybody roll a d6. We're not done quite this minute, but roll a d6. Everybody.
Oh.
2.
Hey,
1.
2.
Okay, get that many sanity and stability back. It can't make it higher than it was before,
oh,
but you get that back.
oh, very cool.
Well, I'm feeling better.
You have faced the ineffable mysteries of the cosmos, and you've kicked ass. So, there you go.
All right.
And that's what you get. That's what you get. You alien bug monster.
Crappy dice.
Okay, so I go back up to 9 because
Whatever. You can't
Yeah,
go higher
I
than you
lost-
were, but you can go back to what you were.
I was at 10, and then I found out about the Cthulhu mythos way
Oh,
back.
yeah.
again.
You can't be more than Cthulhu Mythos, or 10 minus Cthulhu Mythos. You can't be more than that.
Right.
So,
Oh, did I
max-
actually get my point of Cthulhu mythos?
your stability can be as high as it was before, but sanity max is 10 minus Cthulhu Mythos. That's the max you can get sanity.
Yeah, mine's
'Cause
going down
you-
to 8.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm at 9 and 10 then.
That's cool. So what are you going to do with the dead?
Dustin's totally unfazed by all this.
Well, one would expect, yeah.
That's why we have to get one back for the taxidermist. Imagine how good it's going to look up at the lodge.
Yeah,
What
good luck.
do you
with
do?
that.
Send it up to Father's hunting lodge.
There is a wheelbarrow right over there.
Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna load one of these guys into the wheelbarrow.
Great.
It seems really okay. Wait, is this Dusty, right? You're not kidding. He actually picks one up.
Dusty wants to take one home for the
It
tax.
seems unnaturally light. In fact, not dissimilar to a papier-mâché model of a thing with wings and lobster limbs. It's really light, and you put it in the wheelbarrow.
I hardly even need the wheelbarrow. Let's go check the one that we killed back in the woods. See if it's...
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Alright.
We go and we check the one that attacked us.
so you get back down the hill. That
Yeah.
one is still there, but there's something weird about it. It's like evaporating. There's not as much of it as there was when you left it.
Oh, all these things are impermanent.
All things
Isn't
are.
everything? Ow.
I wonder if I can at least take a claw. We gotta have a trophy. I mean, no one in my family
let's
has
go back.
ever killed one of these things before. I need a trophy.
Okay, fine. DJ, camera.
Oh yeah, I'll have taken pictures of them anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. The whole old school camera flash
Yeah.
bulb thing. To get a
Cool.
bulb, replace a bulb, all that stuff.
Sylvania, blue spot.
Cool beans. You do all that.
Okay, cool.
And then head out of here.
Yes.
By the time you get back to the bottom of the mountain,
Mhm.
well, not the bottom per se, but by the time you get back to town, you have a wheelbarrow with like sludge in it.
In that case, I leave it up at Biddy's house.
Well, yeah, by the time you get to Ballista's house, it's halfway to sludge. The
Yeah,
wings
I'll
have
just-
completely disintegrated and fallen off.
I'll
Yeah,
just
so
leave
you
the
just leave it there.
wheelbarrow there by next to where she chops her wood.
Okay, so you get back down to the service station where your
Mhm.
motorhome is in the dark. At this point, it's like 11 o'clock at night. It is full on, completely dark.
Yeah.
The town is kind of wound down because a town of 2,000 people. At this point, there's like one place in the whole town that's still open. Oh, make it two if you include the whorehouse. So, yeah,
It's what is it? July?
July. No,
Yeah.
June.
June?
First week of June.
Roll for Aurora.
Let's find out. Let's see.
We could end up with an
Why
Aurora
not?
What we did, probably.
Holy cow! Yes. Get back to town, and there's like a beautiful aurora
God,
aurora
lights
overhead,
in shimmery curtains.
like green and blue and shades of turquoise. It's beautiful. Fine,
And-
why not?
And you know how when you're looking at it in a picture and you're like, oh, that's totally photoshopped? That's exactly what it's like in real life. You're like, no, that's totally photoshopped. That's fair.
I've never seen one in real life, so I don't know. So you're back in town.
Yeah.
Town's dark. You have yourselves, actually, and that's all you got.
Oh, good. Oh, wait. This.
What do you do?
Go to bed?
Go to
Yeah.
bed. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink and then go to bed. Well, let's have a drink first.
Well, you can stop by the 1313. It's still open.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Drink
Some
and
shots.
drink. That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll buy a round of shots. I don't even care what it is.
Got a taste for it after that moonshine, huh?
Yeah, whatever.
So you guys go in. Hang on. You order drinks. A guy in uniform comes up to you. And if you look at the last thing, I think it's the last thing I shared with you. Let me go look. No, not last thing.
One,
With
two,
people.
3 up.
1, 2. Is it this one? No. Is it that one? No, is that one? No.
It says
is that
the
one?
Mothman Mystery.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's like the third one up.
Yeah,
I'll
I
show it
got
again.
Okay.
I'll show it. Okay, it's the bottom
That-
one now. That dude, yeah, how'd you know? Okay, let me share that with peoples who are possibly watching. Although I doubt it. Okay, that fella, he comes up to you guys and he says, "Hi there. You folks having a nice evening?"
Other than getting lost in the woods, yeah.
Well, that'll happen. So, I heard Cumbly told you about his missing reporter.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well,
Shame.
between you and me, I think she probably fell off a cliff and you're not going to find her in any shape you'd want to find her.
Probably not, considering how much trouble we had earlier stumbling through the dark. You wouldn't surprise.
Just getting back to town.
Yep. See, the thing is, mountains are treacherous. And if you go up there in the dark, wandering around, you're unlikely to come to a good end. I mean, that girl, she didn't like the status quo. Let's put it that way. She wanted to change things. Let's mix things up. And we both know he's looking at Dusty. No, sorry, DJ, being the oldest, most mature member of this group. It's like, we know that never ends well.
Oh, no, never.
No. If I were you folks, I'd get your RV fixed up and head out of town.
That's what we're hoping for.
As soon as we can.
Okay, he winks at you in a very, very, very obvious way. Says, sounds like a good idea. Well, you have a good night. And he wanders off. And it's pretty clear this guy's been drinking.
Apparently that's the major pastime in this town.
Okay, the evening passes uneventfully. Other than that, there's really not much else to do in Wallace, Idaho.
Like
Probably
that.
don't.
Have a drink and go to bed.
Yeah,
Joe,
that's...
I don't want to do what that guy just told us to do, but it sounds like he's in on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He just told us to do exactly what we want to do.
Now permission to do exactly what we want to do.
That's why I like it even less.
But it also could mean we need to go keep looking for her.
Someone just tried to convince us to do exactly what we were planning to do. No problem, sir.
Night falls, you sleep. Morning dawns. Do you do anything other than drive out of town or what?
Visit the brothel? I don't know.
What?
Visit the brothel? I don't know. If we were there for a
Yeah,
whole
if you suggest this Hideo is up for that,
probably we
different
would
than
be
what-
tracking Hideyori.
it would be different than what you find in Japan, I'm sure.
It takes like 2 days for the replacement drive shaft to arrive, so you have to hang around for a couple of days
Okay.
before that's fixed. So briefly, how do you spend that couple of days? You don't need to go
Dusty-
into like great
Dusty
detail.
is totally taking Hideyori to the brothel.
Yeah, let's do that.
Has to be
All right.
done. It has to be done.
Not involved in that at
So
I'm gonna do the reporter thing. I mean, kind of keep poking my nose around. I'm not gonna make it obvious, but find out if there is something else sinister going on here.
Oh, there most certainly is.
Actually, there's really not.
Oh, okay.
You can back up to Ballista Widefeed's cabin,
Mhm.
and it looks like from the moment you guys threw the explosives into the fire until whenever you look at her cabin, no one has been there.
Okay.
So yeah, she's dead.
No bodies buried under the floorboards, or
No, if you look hard enough, you can go up to where you guys were with the big bonfire, and you can actually find her body. It's like blown off the side and like laying in a crumpled
Okay.
mess at the bottom of a ravine.
just
Yeah.
hers.
Were the
Just hers.
fires in the same place all the time, or in different locations, according to what they were saying?
It always seems to be right there, up in
So-
the mountains. So
so-
it does seem to be stable.
Or it was.
It was.
So if our lady reporter body was to be found, it would probably be found somewhere between there and the old lady's house.
That makes sense. If you want to look good looking for it, make an outdoorsman roll.
All right.
I am not an outdoorsman.
Yeah, DJ
Yeah.
does not find her.
Ooh. Okay, let's try again. I rolled a 5.
You find the deceased body of Elsie, what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Elsie Paletto.
Yep.
Alas, she is no more for this mortal coil. She's gone.
That sucks.
It does.
Oh, at least
It would
the
appear she got hit. Oh, wait, how's it go? Medical. Hey, does Connie have medical?
Nope, I only have first aid.
Oh. You're not sure how she died. There's no obvious signs of trauma. There's no, like, axe wound in the back of her head. No, nothing like that.
When she tells me about it, I'll ask if her extremities were discolored.
As a matter of fact, yes, they were.
Probably died of frostbite.
Yes, as a matter of fact, she did. She died of frostbite.
Lucky way to die.
The
Sucks to
fungi.
be her.
got her.
All right, so you solved the mystery of what happened to Elsie Paletto.
Yep.
Ballista Wide Feed is full-on dead. Killed apparently by an explosion.
Hmm.
How could that have happened? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was her still.
Okay. And yeah, a couple of days later, your drive shaft arrives. Bert installs it. You're good to go.
All right.
Yes.
You
Next
collect the
stop.
$500 from Cumbly Gritness, the editor of the Shoshone News Press.
It is
I'm-
not my intention to.
Uh,
I said, it is not my intention to.
It is
Somebody
not.
else? No.
No. Okay. Does anybody want to go take $500 from this guy to tell him that this girl's dead?
The girl's dead. No,
Well, we should at least let them know what happened.
Yeah.
We should at least
I
let
don't
them
want
know
the
what happened.
$500 though.
We don't want the reward.
No.
No.
I wasn't after the reward. I was trying to help. That's all.
But you do tell him that she's dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't
As
take
we're
the
leaving
money.
town.
Right. Exactly.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me roll something here.
I tell him, the Washington Star, Mary McCrory. See that her epitaph says reporter, would you?
Ah, yes. There you go. Yes, I like that. Her obituary says, yeah, I like it.
When you tell him you found her dead body, he cries.
I'm sure he.
Mary
He
Windsor.
says, she was the finest damn reporter who ever worked for the Shoshone News Press.
Ah, there we go. Good job.
I'm just sorry I never got to tell her. Anyway, so there you go. So you guys drive off into the west,
Yes.
into the sun, what, set? Yeah, there you go, sunset.
Sunset.
All right, yeah, and we're actually done before 11. Yay, nobody left.
Whoa,
Astonishing.
On that note, I'll be leaving.
Okay, well, thank you guys,
Thank
and
you.
this has been, wait, wrong music. There we go. Haha! This has been Scooby Cthulhu with Craig Smith, Donald Von Griffin, Karen Torres, Lloyd Montgomery. And your host, Brandon Blackmore. Visit Wallace, Idaho. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Just go out into the woods after dark.
Yeah, just don't go in the mountains after dark. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, good night, guys.
Bye-bye.